It has been a
I
hot
heard
minute.
just 5,
Did
and I
you
thought
say
you went
5
4,
and then
3,
hit
2,
record?
1.
Yes,
With
yes,
your
I
hand.
did. I hit 5 and then went to 4 with my hand.
4.
Wow! So fucking sorry, guys and gals. Welcome.
Somebody clip that.
Welcome to Tyranny of Dragons. I am your quite exhausted dungeon master, Dr.JWolfenstein here, and it is an absolute pleasure to see you all. Yeah, so that's a thing.
That was
But
Riding Kangaroo.
I forgot that was on that loud. But yes, apparently my
Fucking
phone is
loud.
saying what we're all thinking. It has been a while, viewers, but welcome back. Thank you so much for stopping in tonight. It has been a very long time, and I am sorry for that. But on the plus side, I got my new computer set up. My new rig is ready and raring to go. I've got all my stuff finally loaded. I got a brand new gaming laptop that my brother was very kind to give me, despite the fact
Privyet,
that he shouldn't
capitalist.
waste that kind of money on me.
Well, it's not wasting. Stop using the wrong terminology.
Yeah, it's called investment. Enjoy it.
Ahem.
Anyway,
David that has just fetched vodka.
yes.
Privyet, capitalist.
Indeed.
But anyway,
Salud, comrade.
Anyway, guys and gals, welcome back to Tyranny of Dragons. Next week will be Seas of Wadari, and I have just a couple of quick announcements. So, we will be back to our regular broadcasting schedule. This Saturday will be Game of Thrones. And then next week will be Seas of Wadari. Also, I have fantastic and exciting news for everyone. I have now decided to personally become a professional dungeon master. I have started to post some games on Roll20 that are pay to play, $10 per session, due before the session begins. But, I don't think that's too unreasonable considering it is a guaranteed 3-hour session and a guaranteed weekly game at a time slot of availability. This particular one, though, is the first one I've launched. So, Friday mornings at 4 a.m. I know it's kind of late for most people in America, but with Friday being an off day for a lot of government workers, and with the fact that I want to reach a global audience, I think the time slot kind of works. Plus, I still unfortunately have another full-time job that I have to attend, so I'm fitting these in whenever I can. But this is Friday at 4 a.m., so 4 to 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I will be running a D&D campaign. It will be either a homebrew campaign or a module, depending on what the party wants. There are 5 slots open. Each slot is $10. There is a PayPal associated with it, and I cannot wait to start my hopeful new career as a professional DM. And I plan to add more games. This is just the first one I posted just today. I plan to post at least 2 more before the night is out. So if you are on Roll20 and if you are a fan of my DMing style, or if you are a new player who wants to learn the game and wants to learn the game in a safe environment, then come on down. I'm more than happy to teach newbies. I'm more than happy to play with veterans who've been playing as long or longer than I have. And I will do my utmost to give you a quality Dungeons & Dragons experience. And of course, the option to stream the game is entirely up to you, the party. If you wanted me to plug your YouTubes, Twitches, or other things while we are playing, I have no problem in doing so. So, that is my first big announcement, and I am actually super excited to see how it'll go. I do plan to post another 2 games tonight, at the very least. Another one on Friday. That one will be from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. And then I also plan to post one for Tuesday mornings, a 7 to 10 game. So, fingers crossed. Now, another quick announcement is I will again be linking the Bearded Bard's fantastic Etsy shop down in the comments, in the comment section, or rather in the description, because I'm here, I promise. But I will be linking the Bearded Bard's amazing Etsy shop once more, Tri-Peak Goods, in the description of this video, just to go and support him, because really he is a fantastic craftsman, and I want to support anyone who is just that upbeat and positive. Especially if you've seen him on TikTok, you know just how much of a great guy he really is. So, other than that, I don't have any other big announcements. Other than the Grim Hollow campaign is still being scheduled and planned, and will still take place as soon as I get the player's handbook.
I am so hyped.
I have got more.
You and me both.
I have
the
got
amount
more
of edge.
Yes,
I'm going
all
to
of you
bring.
edgelords.
I'm actually not gonna be one in that.
That's the thing I'm excited for. I usually have to be the heart. I am so excited to play an edgelord this time around.
Yeah, let's see if you can actually pull it off.
The most edgy character I'm playing is this one. It's Fear.
I also have obtained most of the stuff from the Under the Seas of Odari Kickstarter. And so I am looking through that material, and we'll be slowly adding it as appropriate. You'll see a lot of updates when I run the game next week.
Oh no.
Updated maps, updated tokens. Lots of fun stuff.
Oh no.
I'm
So
hyped.
nervous.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I'm
no.
a barbarian. I basically just don't fear anything now.
No.
Um,
The Australian slowly backing up, cocking two guns.
Don't you mean 2 boomerangs?
Yeah, that's
No.
why.
There,
you didn't do a
gunnering.
throwing
Thank you
throw?
very much.
wow.
No,
All
it-
kinds
it-
of
it-
discrimination going on around here.
I know that he actually has 3 straps. Don't fuck with them.
Yeah. But anyway, guys and gals, so without further ado, I think it's about time we get started. So, introducing my fantastic cast of characters, starting in a row on the top here with me. To the far, far left, there is Mr. Masson, finally returning, playing Serial, our Wood Elf Rune Knight.
And I can grow quite large. Get your mind out of the gutter.
Just no. Just
No.
stop the stream right there. That's all.
Immediately-
Power started.
Demonetized.
Immediately to my left,
The
Yes.
Animaniacs. Good night, folks.
Mwah, night everybody. Okay, and then immediately to my right is Mr. David, my Bruda. He is playing Mr. Rattlegast, our stealthy orc.
Welcome,
Hey,
guests.
brother.
Welcome
I'm hard
back
as a rock.
again. It's been a long time.
Down in our middle column, or middle row, excuse me, to the far left is Mr. Urk. He is playing Jay, our Way of Peace, or Way of Mercy,
Mercy.
monk.
Ugh.
There's very little
Leonardo
peace
got
with
one on
this
an
man.
adventure last time. Not as fruitful as I would have hoped.
Yep,
Just now remembering that.
yep.
That adventure
And
got a lot to
immediately-
the point.
Immediately under David is Mr. Matt, playing our Earth Genasi Wildfire Druid, Wolfenite.
Remember to douse your embers, or you'll start a forest fire, and then it's all your fault, and your family will burn.
Says the one who's starting all the fires.
Well,
The
I
more
do that
you
on
know,
purpose.
Star.
It's different when you're doing it on purpose. If it's accidental, then it's manslaughter.
Wow. I'm imagining the more you know star now on fire.
Da-na-na-na.
Crashing from the sky.
Directly underneath me is Mr. Whitehill, playing Fear, our Tortle, I believe you're a Death Domain cleric. Dramatic.
Have you
heard about our Lord and Savior Nerul?
Dramatic light switch. And then, of course, last but certainly not least, is the ever lovely Cali Cat playing Celine the Stargazer.
You know,
our
if you-
hybrid warlock cleric human.
By the stars above, I remember you all from yesterday. Was it
Oh
yesterday?
yeah, and that's how I remember I got the nosebleeds from. Ah,
Aw.
I'm kidding.
It's
But-
it's endearing, kind of.
But
By the way, dramatic light switch, as if you didn't need any more hints as to I'm the edgy one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Celine's gonna be by the end of this, I think, given the stuff in the background.
Oh, the PTSD is gonna hit hard.
what PTSD? You have to remember it to feel PTSD.
That's
There
fair.
is a lot of truth to that.
But
Oh,
we have
that hits kind of hard.
Yeah.
you can't have PTSD on things you can't remember.
That's why we're gonna have PTSD for her. It's sympathy PTSD.
Yep.
So I am well liquided, and stay hydrated, my good friends. Make sure you drink plenty of aguas, because I spent a whole week at David's and drank nothing but a fucking 36-pack of soda in 3 days.
I'm an
Rookie
enabler.
numbers.
Sorry.
Yeah, healthy kids.
Sorry.
And drank 3 packs of ramen.
Mm-hmm.
I
Tastes
don't take care of my health on vacation. I go fuck it.
You and your rookie numbers. We gotta get them up.
It's you're,
Look
you're
here,
either,
we only bought the one case.
yeah, you're either well regulated or
That's
fucking
funny.
send it.
I'm kind of the same way, though. I totally get you.
Anyway,
Gotcha.
so
Our usual fitting
last
is send
time
it.
on Tyranny of Dragons, the party finally made it to Daggerford, their last city stop before the epicness that is one of the largest cities in the Sword Coast, or on the Sword Coast rather, Waterdeep. In Daggerford, their caravan broke down and was finally relaxing after a long, hard journey. It has been several weeks, a little over a whole month even. And so they set about doing the city thing. Some people went shopping, some people stayed at the inn. There was a fun little sight to see. There was a gnome, at the inn where you were staying, observing the dragon cultists with a very keen and careful eye, almost as if she didn't trust them. But then again, they're dragon cultists. Why would you
No.
trust them? However, as the party relaxed, they also saw a man actually talking to the dragon cultists and seemed to have bartered something. I give
It's
you...
the red cape motherfucker, right?
Yes, this is...
Yeah, that was. Hold on. As a
As
Barajas.
Barajo. As Barajo.
the red wizard.
Yeah, I know him as the Red Man.
Yep,
In
the
my
Red
notes.
Man.
So
And then,
I
of
mean,
course...
I mean, take off an R, put on a D, and that's what he's gonna
and
be
then,
in a
of
couple
course,
days.
this being the gnome that they spotted, and I'm only showing this for our lovely viewers. But as they relaxed at the tavern, there was one thing that happened. Wolfenite heard a story. A couple of stories.
Oh, I remember now.
I thought you were gonna say he started a fire.
No,
Kind of.
Wolfenite heard a story of an archdruid of Neverwinter Wood, which is way to the north, just outside the great city of Neverwinter, one of the 3 largest cities on the coast, with Baldur's Gate being the 3rd. Beautiful city here. However, what he heard was a group of hunters, or rather, he discovers poachers, had only just escaped the Neverwinter Woods with their life. Rather, one of them did. Now, this group of poachers was hunting and killing owl bears. Now, being a druid himself, Wolfenite did understand that not all druids who claim domain over one of the many forests of the Sword Coast are monstrous murder hobos. you have to provoke them. And the only thing that he could think of that would provoke a archdruid of that nature, because hunting is a natural part of the cycle, but the only thing he could think of that would provoke an archdruid to that degree would be poisoning and illegal hunting and trapping, as well as maiming instead of killing for necessity. So, Wolfenite executed a little hero's justice and started a bar fight.
Oh.
A bar
I just
fight,
saw-
which quickly devolved into Serial clubbing a guy with a chair, breaking the chair over the guy, and Von Ram leaping across 2 sets of tables to full-on tackle somebody to the ground and have an all-out slugging match in the bar.
And then ask why are we fighting?
Meanwhile, Fear in the
That was
background.
That got me.
Actually, Serial's clubbed him with a shield.
Oh, right, with his shield. Right.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
bashing board style.
Bonk!
Meanwhile, Fear in
You
the
see,
background.
I'm not here, and suddenly I'm a lot less violent.
But anyway,
Influence when you're absent.
And now
I'm
you
sorry.
have an emotional support, Al.
so Von Ram, after the fight was over, finally asked, "Why are we fighting them?" Because he's a dwarf of action. Act first, think later.
It was like punch first, ask questions later.
But the tavern keeper was quickly subdued with the promise of coin that Acrony happily paid over to make sure that you guys weren't thrown out. Paid for the chair, paid for the table you broke.
Sorry.
All in all, it was quite a bit of fun. And Celine, in her ever cute heart ways, made a... It was like a handkerchief with an owlbear on it, or was it a plushy owlbear? I can't remember.
I made a plushy owlbear. It's pretty much like a macrame owlbear.
Yep.
That says "Thank you for saving me."
Yep.
It has a little
By the
like
way-
speech bubble on it.
By the way, I'm kind of glad I wasn't here for that because I'd probably have my skeletons gang stab a bitch.
Your skeletons
Yeah,
have
that
been
can-
guarding the caravan, or the wagons that you own. Now, I will also say this. That night, the monk and the old orc had an adventure.
Hey, I am not old.
The stealthy orc had an
yeah.
adventure.
The fact that Celine
Right.
saw the ending of it.
Right, great. So as we were saying, the monk and the old fuck.
During that adventure, they spotted, or rather, Radogast spotted a gnome, halfling, or goblin looking in the window of the house where most of the Cult of the Dragon were staying. And they decided to follow in case it was the gnome they met at the bar, or rather saw at the bar, who was eyeing the cult very carefully. Not wanting her to be absolutely fucking murdered. Because they're nice guys like that.
Sometimes.
Some investigation happened, and apparently she gave them both the slip. However,
she
will they
didn't.
manage it? And then on their way back, Jay, being the practical one who had some difficulties getting out of the window of their room, decided to just walk through the front door and avoid all the drama. And seriously weird out an innkeeper, while Rattlegast, his first attempt was less than spectacular, as his age finally caught up with him, and he slammed into the wheel of one of the wagons Celine was perched on.
Don't know what you're talking about.
And her very
Are you
concerned about her
doing?
her grandfather, what, Green Willow, I think is what you called him?
Yeah, it's Grandfather Greenwillow.
Yep. Helped him up, and he rather dejectedly climbed back in through the window.
I don't. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't recall.
Climbs
such
back in,
event.
looks down. You saw nothing.
Pretty much. It was very much a who are you moment. And Rattlegast, instead of saying I'm Batman, just kind of like makes an old man noise and climbs up the window.
He's like, "Who are you? You're damn whippersnappers."
Harump.
But the party went to sleep. They have one more day in Daggerford before they begin their long journey to the rest of their journey to Waterdeep. So, with the morning comes brand new opportunities and adventures. Celine, you have been up all night. Would you please make me a Constitution saving throw?
Oh, by the way, were we paid by anything?
You were given 15 gold pieces.
Not
15?
not to argue with the DM. I think we did it. I had advantage on it from coffee. I remember at the time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think
you're
we
right,
already
you're right, we
passed
did.
it. Yeah,
Oh yeah, the coffee where she was
because
like,
she was drinking coffee like a lot. Eventually, it's gonna catch up to me, but
Yes.
I think we already did the
You
rolls.
are correct. We did. Sorry, it got lost in the memory of other things.
It's only been a month and a half, somewhere in
right.
there. Oh no, it was yesterday, according to Celine.
Yes. I do have a question for everyone in here. What is our conjoined party fund?
I have shiny things. Says Celine very happily, lifting up coins.
What a conjoined fund.
Yeah, because there is one thing. If any of us bites the fucking dust, I believe I'm the only one that can bring us back. As of now.
Wait.
Mason, you're muted.
Something's coming back to
that
me.
remarkable
Biting
name.
the dust. Bringing people back.
Celine,
And Seer just very awkwardly does the "you die" hand gestures.
Yeah. She just gives you a confused look and then just...
I believe for the magic that I can afford at the moment, 300 gold pieces worth of diamonds.
Oh,
Well, I don't really need all this. I can only eat so many pancakes. And she pushes her all of her money to Kira. Which is, hold on, let me actually find out how much that actually is.
After him and Jay being stabbed the fuck out by an assassin, Theer contemplating the mortality of the situation.
Fear, hey, you are given 90 gold pieces and 1 electrum piece.
Yep, that's all of her
2
money.
gold. And I believe 1 gold translate.
Oh no,
One
electrum
electrum
would be
is 2 gold?
10. 10 more gold.
No,
Is it?
an electrum is
Isn't it 10
half a
to...
gold.
No.
platinum.
Oh yeah, it is. No.
A
Yeah.
platinum is 10 gold, 5 silver equals 1 electrum, and 2 electrum equals 1 gold.
Oh, okay.
That is
Okay,
correct.
My bad.
so
So I have
90.
0 and 0.
90 gold and 1 electrum piece.
Okay, that would leave with the money that I also have currently on 148. So we need 152.
Yep.
To buy a diamond.
Or to
At
buy
which
in
point, Serial will pull
buy
out
reserve diamonds in case of death.
Serial's gonna pull out a bag of coins and toss it towards you. There's 200 gold coins in there.
You just sit there going, holy shit!
Everyone else so much gold.
We were having
Oh
him
my
carry
God.
most of the party gold.
Good God, if that much money's going out, I might as well just keep my measly parcels and just keep it to survive.
So
Seer just looks at you, God damn you pimp, and walks out.
the 200 goes out, and Celine looks at their empty thing. Their empty like coin purse and goes, "Oh, I'm hungry."
I give 5 back for pancakes.
I thought we had our food paid for here.
I
do.
will say this. There is a reminder. Your meals and food at the inn are covered, but only at this one inn.
Yeah, exactly.
I give 5 back for extracurricular pancakes.
Fair enough.
Okay?
She brightens back up.
Celine's
She's like,
new
"Oh."
nickname is Rocky.
And she gives you like a wide grin. Thank you. I've never had this much money before.
Okay, I need to do math right quick. Hold up. So
Now one negative of
88
that.
plus
Never had that much
200.
money before, and she just did something. The memory loss is getting worse. I am establishing
That is correct.
That
A lot
connection was
worse.
made.
And
When you make a character trauma, expect to feel some pain.
Well, rather, when you
Okay.
make a warlock who has a pact that they actually have to abide by.
Actually,
Okay.
make the pact interesting.
I'm assuming big city. There's a jeweler somewhere.
Well, it's not a big city, but it is a very large town. You're very likely to maybe come across somebody who has what you're looking for if you roll an investigation check.
Okay. By the way, can someone that does not look like shit come with me?
Oh, come with. I'll tell you about this wonderful time I did a thing.
I'll come with too, but for a completely different reason, so you don't steal all our gold.
Wait. Terry wouldn't steal all our gold. He totally looks
Of
trustworthy.
course he wouldn't.
Red turtle.
No, of course not.
I just look at Rattlegap. I look at myself. Have you seen me walk? I'm like a fucking horse stampede.
Oh,
You hear me
chum.
coming from a mile away.
You don't need to be fast to steal gold.
I am
Wait,
also
wait.
pretty large.
Don't worry, I'll accompany the large friend of ours as I pat him on the shell.
So, how do you know
I
so
am-
much about stealing gold? Did you take all the money? She says, like with a
No,
gasp,
no,
her
it's
hands up to her mouth.
just common sense, Celine.
Oh,
This is things that everybody knows.
Just saying, if you're the one I'm ending up resurrecting, I'm rubbing this in your face so hard.
Well,
She,
I guess I'll just never die, huh?
As you
ends up-
guys are having this conversation, Acrony, his two employees, and Von Ram all come downstairs. And Von Ram is actually, you've never seen him disheveled before. He looked kind of rough.
Oh, God.
Apparently, something last night didn't agree with him.
Oh, by
And
the
he
way,
just kind of
so
sits. He just kind of sits down.
You okay,
Von
buddy?
Ram is our dwarf or the
Your
employer?
dwarf paladin.
Dwarf
who
paladin.
Celine not understanding hangovers.
You okay? You okay,
I love
bud?
you. Are you awake?
Von Ram just looks at you. Hey, lass, I'm awake.
Good. You should eat something.
I'm gonna go make him some tea.
You're a very observant one, aren't you?
Yep. I remember everything too. I'm like a book without a. And she starts looking through her book. Well, anyway, I'm like a book.
Acrony walks over, grabs you, Celine, and pulls you in for a nasty, sweaty hug.
She's perfectly chill with it, actually.
Ah, right, books. Everybody likes books. Well, no, not me, but you know, I like
The
I like
fact
the
that-
pretty
You
ones
do
with
like them.
pictures.
By the way,
Yeah,
the
like
fact
this. And she's gonna flash him a picture of their first meeting.
Ah, exactly.
Yeah.
By the Whitehill just remembering that the fucking elf gave me 200 gold, and if I had like 147 more, I could do fantastic shit. No, like 300 for in case of resurrections, 200 for a gemstone that I can start my ghoul army. Anyway,
What was that number again? As I casually look at my coin purse.
Shut up. That
147.
was out of character. Shut up. Anyway,
I
I want
know.
everyone to roll an insight check, please,
Inside.
Oh, okay then.
because you're all here.
Forget the +3, but it's still a 24.
So
I'm gonna say I haven't cast Fortune right now, so
that is correct.
we'll do that before we leave.
So Serial, Thier, and Jay, you all realize that there's this. It's not just the fact that there's a smell about Acrony. It's that smell about Acrony is now on Von Ram. And you realize that he and Von Ram shared a room. because there were rooms that fit the 6 of you, but it was 3 per room, and Von Ram had to share a room with Acrony.
Oh my god, I failed my insight check.
I
Can I roleplay that?
I just look at Jay and Serial.
So
What the fuck look?
You then realize that this same smell is starting to infect the other 2 workers, and that of the 3 of them, Von Ram is the one not used to it, and it seems to have made him sick. Now, the thing that all of you notice is that Acrony is far smellier, far sweatier, and far more disgusting than he ever has been. And it kind of dawns on you, he hasn't bathed in over a month. And you guys have been kind of, whenever you guys are at camp, he's always off somewhere else, and you guys are always kind of with your own group. Even when you sleep, he's in the carriage, and you guys are outside of it.
Okay, got it. I know what our quest is today.
Okay, first of all, I share a look with Jay and Stereo, like, oh fuck, it's spreading.
At this point, I'm gonna go over to the bartender and try to arrange an accidental shower. Buckets everywhere around Acrony.
Can I do an Arcana check to see if
If
Rattleghast knows like how you would clean someone magically?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay.
Unfortunately, none here has prestidigitation.
Do none of us have it?
There's not a...
that's so sad.
The three primary spellcasters...
I actually do, because I take all those spells that nobody takes.
Oh, okay.
Prestidigitation's awesome.
Yeah, I think it's actually one of the best ones for roleplay.
So,
but Celine is misunderstanding the situation here with her insight.
So, yes, you do know that there is a spell to magically clean things. You can't remember what it's called, but it is a very long-winded name. Very wizard-like. You also know that neither Wolfenite nor Fear have shown any ability to cast such a spell.
Do I know anything about the name of the spell? Can I remember any inkling of it?
Presti.
Okay.
Because it sounds like presto, which is a fun little word.
Do you know how to, presto?
It doesn't,
the magic-y, the sparkly clean.
Yeah, like this, and she waves her hand, and there's like the whole rainbow effect when she waves her hand.
Could
and
you
then
do that?
In it just says "Hi, Rattleghast" in big letters.
Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, so sweet. Could you do that to, Acrony and Von Ram? Like their whole body, like everything.
She misunderstanding you, waves her hand, and there's like "Hi, Von Ram," and then she grins and looks back at you for approval.
That's great. No, I mean on them, like clean them. They're dirty.
Oh, well, I think they're lovers.
God damn it.
I do my best not to meddle in these things. Lovers or not, they're
can't
filthy.
Fix that with a hand wave.
No. Just get the dirt off. Don't worry about any of the...
You want me to use the cleany fixie thingy?
Yeah, the presto. Yes, exactly.
It's called prestidigitation.
Yes.
Yeah. I'll teach you how to do it. So, take your hands.
I don't think I can. Okay.
And she grabs both of your hands excitedly, and she ends up casting prestidigitation through Rattleghast.
Oh,
and
look,
of course,
I've done it.
Yes, they smell like mint.
So.
Fear very intrigued and completely fucking adoring the fact that Rattleghast is being, awkwardly used. Is just leaning on Serial, being like, and laughing.
These two are enjoying a hearty
wizard
chuckle
I ever
together.
taught.
So, Celine, it does take 2 casts to get both
Sure
Acrony
thing.
and Von Ram, but you are able to cast it through Radagast.
So she grabs him, goes up, goes up to one, goes up to the other, like moving him across the room excitedly.
Wait a second.
My hernia.
Didn't I share the same room with them?
No.
I thought I did.
No.
Actually,
With the grace of God, you didn't.
You shared a room with Fear and Serial.
You know, the trio of mass murderers.
Oh, got it. Okay.
And it was Jay, Radagast, and Celine who were supposed to be in one room.
Allegedly mass murderers.
yeah.
Innocent until proven guilty.
I
So
mean,
yeah,
is it really murder? Come on. But anyway, so
Okay.
as you do this,
Allegedly mass cleansers.
there you go.
Sounds great.
For the Emperor. As you do
Close
this,
to the blood god.
as you do this, Celine,
Let's go through.
and as you cast it, Von Ram instantly looks like a lot better. Whereas Acrony just kind of looks around and then looks at his shirt like a little confused as to what happened, but just shrugs it and walks off and starts breaking his fast.
Fucking match.
But Von Ram actually grabs your hands, Radagast and Celine, and just, thank you so much. That man smelled worse than a tire fire.
I made him a
I
handkerchief.
don't know what that is,
It
but it
didn't
sounds awful if it smells like acrony.
Oh, so a tire fire is where you cover wagon wheels in pitch, and then you cover it in oil, and you cover it in rotting whale carcasses, and you light it on fire.
That's
It
disgusting.
burns forever.
Why would you know what that is?
I'm pretty sure that's a skunk.
Look, I travel a lot, and you do a lot of things that you're not particularly proud of when you
I've
need
traveled
fire.
a lot too. Never lit a whale carcass on fire.
Well,
I haven't done a single bad thing that I can remember.
God damn it.
Not wrong.
Everyone in the party goes.
Everyone in the party has this little... But Von Ram nods.
We all look at each other to some degree.
Von Ram nods. Aye, but how many whales have you actually had to kill? Because, I fight off those hateful monsters, down below. Although, I really should be fighting demons. The eternal enemy is far more important than the deep ones. I'm just saying.
I should apologize, Von Ram. I should have warned you of the odor. But it's something of a coming of age with us. You've gotten to truly see what we have all experienced on the road. Now you can truly be one of us.
Right. I'll pretend that was actually deep and insightful and meaning. And I'll continue on with my breakfast before you and I go rounds in this bar and get thrown out.
Hey, Von Ram. One thing. So you say there's demons, but I don't think there's any mean thing that would do anything to us, above or below.
Von Ram just pats your hand, kind of like the old ladies pat your hand when they're like, "Oh, sweet child," and he just nods. Yes, you're very right, dearie. That we allow you to believe that because we put ourselves on the line every day fighting the eternal enemy. You're very welcome.
Sweet summer child.
She gets out her sketchbook and she draws up a quick sketch of Von Ram fighting off the eternal enemy, but since she doesn't know what that is, it's him basically yelling at people at the bar because he got into a bar fight last night.
The people at the bar are the eternal enemy.
So it's literally him jumping across multiple tables shouting eternal enemy.
I want you to roll out painter supplies check.
Sure.
Querying
for a quick
decks.
sketch.
Yes.
Decks. Hold on. Painters. Let me get that.
Do I see Celine going to draw?
She's not. Yeah, nobody's hiding
Guidance.
I'll throw that on top.
Yes, please.
I'm probably not going to need it, but
24.
a 25 with guidance.
So, Von Ram looks at the sketch and then starts laughing, and then reaches up because he's not that much shorter than you. But he reaches up and pats you on the cheek. Oh, you're such a sweet, kind lass. May the thunder never strike you. And he walks off.
Thank you, Von Ram. I'll remember you. And she
That
goes
was,
back to her book just as happy as can be. And I'm gonna get another round of
Well-
whiskey in between here, guys. Be right back.
Well, my heart started to beat for a couple seconds there. Anyway. So,
Don't lie to us, Turtle.
So, what I have heard is Serial, Radagast, Fear, and Celine are going diamond hunting.
Yes.
Yes.
But by the way, Tom and Jerry are coming too, just because this fucking orc thinks he can keep an eye on me. Skeletons are keeping an eye on him.
Okay. Alright, so Jay and Wolfenite, what are you two doing today?
Oh, goodness.
The rivalry these two have.
Great. I'm gonna go relax today. I'm gonna see if there's any fun things to do in town.
Carl.
I got money. I got what I wanted to buy.
Jay?
So everyone's just like, this group is getting up and going diamond hunting.
Mm-hmm.
The deep sigh.
Aw.
Would get up and go with the group.
Alright.
Not saying a word, just like
I do
I
have
feel like
something.
something's going to happen if like this whole group is going out.
Alright.
I do have something for Jay actually, because of last session.
Go ahead.
So Celine's gonna come up to him and go, "So Jay, you're just, you're quite a bird-brained man. I respect that." You see Celine give the
remember.
sage
Wait.
nod.
Oh my god, I forgot about that last session.
Ah, gosh dang it. I can't remember. What did we say?
You said it was a sign of intelligence to appease Saloon. So now,
Oh, yeah.
I remember this. So Jay like cocks his head and is like doesn't say anything, is like internally trying to process this. And after a moment he'd say, "Thank you?"
Rattleglass is grinning ear to ear, out of eye shot from Celine.
it's like you're welcome, and you hear her kind of like she moves away from you and she whispers to Saloon, "He was really happy with the compliment. Thank you." And Saloon is just nodding sagely, and you see the wing reach up and give her like a pat on the head approvingly, because Saloon believes it too.
Oh my god.
Sorry, I had to do that.
That's
It's
great.
hard to
So
find it.
great.
By the way, since I have to keep track of this, I have a light crossbow. One of the skeletons didn't have a ranged weapon. It now has one.
Got it. So, being that the majority of the party is going to go out diamond hunting, Wolfenite, I'm going to do your thing first.
Okay.
So, go ahead and roll me an investigation check, please.
Okay. What's fun to do in town? Let's see today. It's gonna be a 21.
Nice. So, in the town of Daggerford, you realize that there is a stream that runs through the town, almost cutting it, or rather, just right around at the very edges. There is a small little fishing tournament today. As it's the last fishing tournament of the season, because it is changing from summer to winter. Or rather, summer to fall, but the seasons are changing.
Okay.
You also notice that there's a little mummers show in town. Mostly jugglers and some people acting out heroic legends of far-off tales. Roll me a wisdom check, please.
Okay. Oh, that's saving throw. Whoops. Sorry, wisdom check. Both are terrible.
You look at the performers and you just nod your head sagely. As you... What the fuck was that?
A gust of wind.
I was going to say, Jesus. Anyway, you also find that there is another fun thing you find is that there is a drinking contest to be had at the other inn in town.
Ooh, okay.
This one is less of an inn, more of just a straight bar. But there are a few rooms you're sure available.
We getting lit.
But what would you like to engage in there, Wolfenite?
I think I'm gonna do the fishing competition.
All right, so you head over there and you see a rather elderly human sitting on a barrel, dressed in coveralls with a big straw hat on his head, and he looks up at you with a fishing rod. Well, hey there, you. What are you?
I'm an Earth Genasi.
An urchin. All right. Well, welcome. You're looking to have a little friendly competition there?
Oh, sure. What are the rules?
Rules are simple. You can use any bait you want. If you don't have your own, you can buy it from me. And you take your fishing rod, you cast it in. Whoever has the biggest fish in the next 2 hours will be the winner.
Okay. What happens to the fish afterwards? Just catch and release, or up to the catcher's decision?
Oh no, this is a catching tournament. So the fish that you're gonna turn in for your prize, for the biggest one to compete with, that's the one you keep. The rest you just toss back.
Okay. You know what? That's good.
Cast 10 large on fish.
Do not have that, but that does sound like a good ploy.
You could, yeah, you have access to it.
By all technicalities, when I use my when I go big and I use Giant's Might, it does say whatever I'm holding on to gets larger with me. So if I were to hold the fish as I go giant,
Sadly, you're not there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just spitballing ideas.
And
That sounds like
he looks you over. Oh, do you have a rod there, Sonny?
I do not. Do you have a rod for rental?
Oh yes, 3 copper pieces.
Okay. Yep. I have a silver. That's all I have, unfortunately, to trade in.
He hands you 7 copper
mana.
pieces.
Okay, thank you. 7, 14.
The biggest fish is the winner. You not only get to keep your fish, but all the fishes of all the other competitors. Oh, and it's 2 silvers to buy in.
To buy in? Okay. Minus 2 more silvers.
Also, you get half of the pot here.
Ooh, what's the big pot?
Currently, it's up to 4 gold pieces.
Ooh, okay. I'm up for that. Sounds like fun.
Very good. Pick any spot on the stream you like and then get to fishing.
How much is the bait? What type of baits are there?
I've got crickets, I've got night crawlers, I've got gizzards, I've got frogs. And then he pulls up a small little box. And I got this.
What is that? What is that in a box?
It's my secret bait that always gets me the biggest fish. That's why I run it and don't compete. For 5 gold pieces, I sell it to you.
Can I know what it is first?
That's not how this goes.
You know what? It's great. Even without getting played, I'm intrigued. Fine. I'll give him 5.
So you hand him the 5 gold, he hands you the box. It's a little box.
It's a little box, yep.
And he just nods. Very good there, Sonny. Pick any spot along the river you like, and in 2 hours' time, make sure that you have the biggest fish, and then come back and see me.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead up the stream. Can I use Can I do a nature check to see if I can find a pretty active spot?
Yes, you can. Roll it.
Thank you.
It is time for the druid to do the thing.
The druid do the druid thing.
Yep.
I got a 15.
All right, so with your 15, you're able to find what you believe is a fairly decent spot. Now, do you set the bait on your hook?
I opened the box to look at the bait.
You see
Don't.
You see in the box are 3 eyeballs.
What?
3
Eyeballs.
eyeballs.
What type of eyeballs?
They're not human eyes.
Can I roll a nature
slightly
check
lessened.
Sure.
to know what type of creature this is?
Sure.
Never mind, I rolled a 2 instead of a 20. Right next to it, but nope, didn't get it.
You get the feeling that there's some kind of insect. Maybe. Or maybe fish of some description.
Maybe.
But
Okay.
3 eyeballs. So you have 3 chances.
Okay.
So,
Oh god. Okay.
for this, I would like you to roll me. You can choose here. You can either roll a nature check, or you can roll a dexterity check, your choice. Because I don't think you have proficiency with fishing poles.
No. So I'm better off with my nature check.
All right. So, go ahead and roll a nature check. You will add plus 10 for the bait.
Okay. Oh Jesus. Okay. Oh shit.
Matt, do you have survival?
No.
If you, yeah.
Oh, I do have survival. I do have survival.
If that is higher, you can roll that instead of nature.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll roll survival then.
I was like, wait, wouldn't survival apply here?
I didn't think he had survival, honestly.
Yeah, he's not about surviving in the wild. It's just about him making it burn.
So that's a
26.
26. So,
26.
go ahead and roll 2 more.
2 more?
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
That's a 19.
Come on. Hey,
Okay.
23, so 33.
So you throw the first one back, you throw the second one back, and then I need you to roll me a strength check.
Oh god, no, I
Yeah,
forgot about this part.
Kevin, you gotta reel it in, boy.
Yep. 12.
So you stand your ground and you pull and you pull and you pull and you yank and you get slapped in the face and fall over as you catch a catfish that is half the size of you.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I thought you were gonna say I got pulled in. I'm like, I'll go down there.
I just picture him like wrestling this fish underwater, just like gator style. Just
If it came to that, I would not be afraid to do that.
Well,
Like he gets pulled in and just Cthulhu there, like, what's up?
Technically,
Why
he is a
him-
druid. He can still wild shape.
I was gonna be like, and then we're down to druid.
Yep. And then you're down a druid. But
How did we lose Wolfenite again? Unfortunate fishing accident.
I get caught by a different contestant, a human-sized catfish.
Oh god,
at
that would actually be funny.
least you're not being caught by the fish from fucking Hell of a Boss. That'd have been a fish. Nice. Anyway, as you're sitting there wrestling with the fish, you finally manage to stop it moving, as this is the biggest fish you have ever seen. You pick it up and you carry it over to the old man. You have about 5 minutes before the competition ends, so you have spent a couple hours doing this.
My god.
You wait the 5 minutes, and at the end of the competition, it's you by a landslide. There's not... The nearest fish is half the size of yours.
Okay.
So,
You know what? God. Okay, always buy shady bait from an old crazy man.
Old crazy fisherman.
Yeah, who might be playing a rigged game, but, you know, to be truthful, he made a profit off this. But regardless, this was great.
Yep, so he holds up you and your fish, your arm and your fish, and he goes, "The winner is the Urchinosaurus!"
Oh my god.
And everybody, aw. So you end up getting a bunch of fish. So you end up getting 12 fish plus yours. To put this in perspective for you, you now have 20 rations of fish.
Okay. So,
Okay,
one
so
sec.
fillet combo.
Okay, so number one, I'm gonna check to see if any of these fish are distinct.
Each fish is there are 2 fish that are the same. But the rest are actually all different types of lake and river fish.
Okay, I'm gonna, as long as none of them look, unique and shouldn't be captured, I'm gonna just let everyone keep their own fish then.
Aw, you're so nice.
Yeah.
You give
Aw.
everybody back their fish. You
Yeah,
have
What a
10.
sweet
You
dude.
have 10 days of fish rations.
Okay.
Jesus, that's a big ass fish.
It's half his size.
Fair.
I'm half tempted to put this thing back because then maybe one day.
It is
Never mind.
unfortunately dead.
Oh darn! This thing's big enough to eat a child.
Maybe one day we'll remember and save us in our time of need.
I was
So-
half expecting the fucking, the darn fishing bait to be like crack cocaine from that King of the Hill episode, where it's literally just drugged up earthworms.
So if we were to keep the bones of said fish, and we happen to have a certain someone who can make the living dead, and we have to deal with something in the water.
Plots in necromancer. Have my head out.
I don't remember anybody in our party having that skill. What are we talking about?
Yeah, I don't either.
I'm not sure at all. I'm just saying, like, hypothetically.
Well, Whitehill is technically of a level he could learn my homebrew animate dead spell.
I have a question for when it comes to necromancers. Can you mishmash a body together out of different parts and then reanimate it into a skeleton?
Yes and no.
Okay.
There is a way to do it, but there is not really a way for player characters to do it.
Aw, that sucks. Okay.
Yeah, it's the usual thing where, DM
It can be overpowered,
get cool
etc.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm about to say, like, add a fish with legs, man. Give the fish legs.
We're not remaking that horrendous anime horror flick. We're not doing that.
Making an aberrant horror should be a thing, but
I mean, technically you could do it, but just treat it as a normal skeleton or a normal zombie.
I have actually homebrewed an animate dead spell that specifically deals with animals and CR rating monsters, but I had to homebrew that shit.
Is it cleric domain? Is it cleric list?
No, it is not cleric list.
Yeah.
It's not death domain list either.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So can't do that.
It is specifically just necromancers. Actually, I think the undead warlocks got it too. I'll have to relook at my D&D Beyond.
The fact is with the
So I will point out that the actual base spell lets you do that, actually.
but
your
it's
spell
just a
imbues
normal.
the target with foul mimicry of life, raising it to an undead creature. The target has become a skeleton if you choose bones or a zombie, of course. But all it is that you choose a pile of bones or a corpse. That is the only requirement.
It's still a
So
skeleton,
a pile
just
of
flavor
bones
texted.
mismatched can.
Yeah, it's just.
There's no benefit.
It's just spice. It's just
there's no benefit. It's just a cool look.
It's just spice to your skeletons and zombies.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I made an actual unique mechanic spell.
I mean, but technically, a zombie and a skeleton can still fight underwater.
Technically,
They don't need to breathe. They don't need to breathe.
The only thing I would think of is an
Pirates of the
athletics check.
Caribbean up in here.
I mean,
Problem is the fish isn't going to be able to swim unless you make like fake flippers onto it, or graft canvas.
You don't have to eat the damn fish.
I mean, I have some metacap legs lying somewhere.
Anyway, so you now have your fish, and you now can head on out to rejoin the group at a later time. For the rest of the group,
cook that thing.
Yep, I want. So here's how we can do this. Either everyone can roll an investigation check, or you can pair up as best as possible. One of you will be rolling by yourself. You can pair up and give people advantages.
I shall help.
I'm in favor of the paired up mode. I am gonna cast my favor for the day, the gift of luck or whatever, for me, Rattlegast, and Tire.
Got it.
Okay, so they're the people who have advantage right now, just with the spell if you want to use it. That being
I believe
said,
we're
I will pair up with Rattlegast because that makes sense for
So
Celine right
everyone's going with Tier then.
okay.
Well, so I will say
and-
this: if Thirhay wants to roll by himself, he already has advantage. So Serial and Jay, you can roll. You can roll together to give one of you advantage.
So how does Gift of Luck work again?
Okay, so Gift of Luck gives you 3 uses of advantage. You can turn basically any.
Okay, thank you.
And it's not actually advantage, to be fair. It's just a
luck
reroll. Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, let me double check that. But no, it is advantage. Never mind.
Yes.
I forgot it was OP.
Okay, so it's Rattlegast and Celine, Jay, and Serial, and
Yeah.
then
And then you.
me by myself.
So,
Okay.
3 rolls then. 2.
And I forgot to say I was gonna guide myself, so fuck it, I'm not.
So Rattlegast, you can roll because I'm helping.
Oh, with advantage or
Yeah, investigation with advantage.
bang?
And then Jay or Serial, whichever one of you want to roll with advantage.
Who's feeling lucky, punk?
Who's feeling lucky?
I don't know. I don't have it. Do you have it? Expertise. Christ, neither of us are that class.
Proficiency.
Proficiency in investigation?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, then you should do it because it's probably equal or higher than mine.
It definitely is.
There you go.
Definitely is.
So, going through town, Thea, you can't for the life of you understand how this town is laid out. And so, finding anything is proving to be a difficult task. Rattlegast, you have 1 or 2 ideas of spots, but all you're finding is semi-precious stones, nothing substantial. Serial, as the group is in the small little market district here, you do spot one shop that sells fine jewelry. But you also see that they do sell raw minerals and raw gemstones. And this would likely be your best spot to purchase diamonds.
Tapping Thirhay on the shell.
Hey. Ooh. Shiny.
Like the dragon turtle coming out like,
Oh, shiny. Oh, by the way, I do have something to discuss with you, my friend.
When we don't have as many prying ears, I'm sure.
and inhumanely twists neck over to look at the half-orc.
Right, let's go.
My ears don't pry.
No,
They
but
just
they do
hear
twitch.
everything.
You're really helping your case. Both skeletons shrug at the same time.
I was about to say still better than those filthy knife ears, and then
Oh God!
You're an elf.
Don't let my IRL hatred of elves carry into the game.
The fucking self-hating elf!
I did that as Rosalind, remember? I fucking hated those knife ears.
Yeah, but you're a half
anyway.
elf, so it's slightly more acceptable.
No,
no,
it's not. I was fucking infested.
With cereal, I go in the shower.
So, as you guys enter, you do see a woman standing behind the counter, and she looks at you as she's polishing a piece. Oh, hello, welcome. Do feel free to look around and let me know if you need any. Wow, there's quite a lot of you.
Yeah, we're looking for wedding rings. They're gonna get married. Celine says, and it's like that was meant to be a joke. Looking at the whole party.
She just stares, and she's like, "All of you are getting married?"
I put my arm around cereal.
Are
We
we?
have very open mindsets.
I put my arm around cereal as she says that.
Ooh, I get to, Celine, like, I get to do a wedding portrait. This is, she's taking it full on serious.
I pause for a second. Look at Rattlegast. Why don't a couple of us hang outside so we don't cramp your shop up so much?
Oh, okay.
I
Rattlegast nods.
drag
I could
Celine,
feel
like I
her.
just grab Celine by the shoulder and like lead her out of the store.
But I want to
By the
look
way,
at the
let's-
pretty. Yeah,
By
out
the
the
way,
door.
let's did
Just-
not enter.
Mhm.
Right.
Just come on.
I could feel her
Thea
pressing the panic.
actually removes
I
his
think
hood
you would look good
Or-
with
for the
aquamarine.
first time ever.
And she clears her throat. So, rings, you said?
I was actually trying to procure some rings or necklaces and diamonds. Yes.
I have rings. I have necklaces. I do have some loose diamonds. If you prefer to have a setting them placed in something yourself.
Oh yes, that would be preferable, wouldn't it, dear?
As looks to Samuel.
My fucking god.
Of course, darling. Just remember,
I want you
I'm the
both to
one
roll
that
me a
wears the
fucking
tux.
deception check. I want you both
I
to roll
assist.
me a deception
I
check.
assist. I assist.
So wait. You actually
So
have
wait,
advantage, Terry, if you want.
Yeah.
I know, but I'm not charismatic.
I'm just saying.
Oh, okay, so am I rolling with advantage then?
Yes. For this fucking, and I need to. Oh fuck!
Commit to the bit.
Do I even want to fucking roll this? Do I even want to like fucking roll this and like actually
Guys,
admit
Probably not.
To the bit.
fucking?
What have I started?
Something
you cannot
amazing.
control.
You started
Something
loud.
you cannot control.
I'm
Okay,
guessing she doesn't
so
beat the 21.
so she
I
looks.
ship it.
Shut up. So she looks at you both. Oh well, wonderful. And she walks over to a case where she shows you a very appropriate, about 10 different gemstones, a variety of varying,
Riotous.
varying cuts, sizes, and even lusters. These are our raw diamonds that have only just been cut. They haven't been shaped or placed into anything specific, or haven't come out of anything before. What are you looking to spend for this happy occasion?
I would say in the houses of the 300 gold worth. It's nothing too fancy. We still have a feast to prepare.
Yeah, yes, I understand. And she pulls out she pulls out a couple. She pulls out about 5 of them. She shows you 2. Each of these are worth 150. The other 3 add up to 300 together. And she just smiles. Now, if you want something with a lot of diamonds, then I highly suggest these 300. Then I highly suggest these 3 pieces right here. They are very good. If you are wanting something a bit more elegant and more showy, then these 2 would go perfect together.
I do believe we would like a matching set, wouldn't
Cereal.
It would be a great idea, darling. Just make sure they go well with our eyes.
These are
Yes, my pearly whites.
These are the traditional diamond cut style. I do have some emerald cuts, but they're a little less lustrous, let's say. She says,
By the way, just
clearly trying to keep this together.
A quick aside, I don't need to roll insight to know that we're making this shopping so fucking uncomfortable.
A little bit. Because let us set the painting here for our fine audience. You look like an undead turtle. You look like death warmed over. Let us not forget this. You're also a dragon turtle. So you look vicious as fuck, and you look like you're clinging onto life by a thread. Cereal is a fairly attractive looking wood elf. But his physique, his bearing don't
look like the
lend.
bottom of the
Look, it's very simple. Death Daddy gives the elf eternal youth and life.
So funny thing on that, I actually had a plan of what I'm doing in between, which is I'm going to be drawing the wedding scene.
Okay, roll of painter's supplies check, querying decks. Anyway, so you take the two 150s?
Take the two 150s, yes.
Okay.
And as we take it and pay, and I will that just really quickly from my inventories, since I got handed the dome myself.
So she does place the pair in a tiny little jewel box that they sit just very neatly.
Okay. Take it. Just not in
Dex,
thanks.
Callie. And she smiles. I wish you all the wonderful fortune of your happy union.
And as we're about to leave, and I go, oh, and so my head perks up, like I just remembered something, and Cereal dear, can you come over here for a second?
Of course, darling.
She starts polishing another piece, pretending that you're not there.
Whispering, but loud enough that she can hear. Oh, yes, my sister, her birthday is coming up, and I did want to give her something in a favorite type of stones, onyx.
Oh, of course, and we can't forget her. She's done so much for us. If it wasn't for her, we wouldn't be having such a fabulous wedding coming up.
That is true. I think we can spend not much, but 100 gold. She did a lot for us.
I think we could swing that just for her.
There's no bullets in here.
And turns back around. We did remember that my sister's birthday is coming up. Do you happen to have any onyx gemstones?
Onyx, raw or in something?
In something or raw, we can have it.
I'm afraid
fitted.
the only onyx thing I have is an onyx necklace. And she walks over to a case and she actually pulls out a very elegant, if simple, pendant with a very actual sizable piece of onyx as the centerpiece.
How much would this be?
110 gold pieces.
I think we can spare that. Just a little bit of it. We can spare that. Yes, we'll take it as well.
Oh, very well. And she folds it up very nicely in beautiful silk. And wraps it up and hands it to you.
And my 43 gold that I have left.
Cereal, I'm guessing you cover that.
And yes, I had the additional 57.
All right, so
I'll just leave it at 43. Walk away.
So
see if she does anything.
Honestly, with just wanting to get rid of us, I'm pretty sure she just let it slide.
She might just not say anything.
The thief over here being the thief.
Hey, am not.
Oh, sorry,
Don't
the rogue being the rogue.
I just know things about thieving.
Anyway, so
you just know things and you drink. Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, you guys have your packages now, and she just waves happy ceremonies.
And before we leave, I just give him a peck on the cheek with my beak.
Fucking god. She is focused so hard on polishing this one piece. Her back is actually to you.
I leave, and as soon as we do, I just burst my ass laughing.
Cyril's actually doubling over in the street laughing. So
Celine, Celine
guys.
and Rattlegast, you both see this.
So, with that
I
roll, how
always
good?
knew they were weird.
It's a very, very lovely picture.
So, Celine has drawn everybody getting married. The entire party.
Oh, okay.
Everybody.
Hold
is
on! I
So-
need to know who's marrying who.
Yeah, that's important.
It's the whole
I'm
party
sorry.
marrying. It's like the whole party is doing a ceremony with each other because that was the established thing when you
So-
went in the door.
so half of us are in
congregate
dresses,
wedding.
half of us are in dresses.
No, everybody is in dresses except for Celine, who is just in her normal costume, her normal outfit. And she's like, I really don't know what I would have wore, but those frills would look really nice on Fury, and like I really
Wait.
like this like lace right here for Wolfenite. And
I have one very important question to ask. Do I have a top hat?
no, you do not have a top hat, but I can add one.
Please do. I will pay you to
She
add a
flips
top
it
hat.
over and quickly adds a top hat to your wedding dress.
As soon as Thea sees this, you just see a singular tear roll down his cheek and then quickly roll back up.
And Rattlegast, yours is a little bit more revealing. And she's like, I thought it'd show off your muscles. Because you're North. If a wife beater could be a wedding dress. It could be a wedding dress.
It's such a loose fit top.
I need to hear.
You really brought out my features, Celine. Thank you.
like
It's
that.
Happy in
beautiful.
this picture too.
It's
just
so
imagining-
beautiful.
I'm just imagining white cloth over the fucking spikes on the shell.
Holy shit.
Oh god, I can't breathe.
I just lift my hand
One of
over
these
the cereal.
days, I'm gonna figure out how to do a break in these, just so we can just cut to break.
Oh, I can
Oh my
I can
God.
show you how next time we get the chance. I can show you that.
Yeah. Okay. Fucking.
And Celine, though, looking at you guys, and she's like, so I was gonna draw myself naked because I didn't know what I was gonna be dressed in, but I didn't think it was appropriate. And she looks at it with a serious. I don't know who I would marry, honestly. You're all pretty great, but
By the way, I was thinking of of drawing myself naked, and Thea just goes, "Of course, think of the children."
oh my god, they would just be lovely, kind of.
I need to know one thing. Is Jay wearing his mask?
Oh yes.
Good.
Wait,
In addition to the lovely
Wait,
wedding
where's
dress.
Eric?
He has
He,
unfortunately.
he had to unfortunately excuse himself.
Oh, okay.
God damn it.
But anyway, so as you
Wait.
guys,
I have a question.
yes.
What type of lace am I wearing?
Oh, it is super frilly. Think of one of those like really expensive like lingerie things that are like put over the top. It looks gorgeous, but a little hint of something that she may have seen in a bar. There is a
never thought
possibility that Celine does not know what a wedding dress actually looks like.
I never thought I'd imagine sexy
I'm the
Wolfenite.
classy bar whore.
That may not be wrong.
Moving on.
But the colors match the gemstone perfectly. For the
So,
intimacy.
not escape the
Going
truth.
on.
God damn you all so much.
Wait. So is it my crystal? Or
No,
is it my stone?
no.
Let us take a walk around town.
Moving
Wait, hold up. I still
on.
haven't got to hear about my dress yet.
You can all hear about your dresses later.
Cyril, you've gone
No,
full on
no,
form fitting.
No,
I mean,
can't
you
hear
know.
about I can't hear about my lace outfit, but we get to hear about the wife beater dress.
I didn't want to hear about that one either.
Neither did I.
Here just starts walking away, dragging cereal a bit forward.
Anyway, moving on. As
you
you
know you
all
love it.
leave, as you all leave the establishment, you do run into Wolfenite because it did take you some time to find this particular establishment. You run into Wolfenite, who is carrying by far one of the largest fish that most of you has ever seen. Wolfenite, you see your party.
Oh, hey guys, can someone help me carry Bubba?
Turtle nostrils flaring.
You see Celine take one look at the fish, start scribbling something, and then show you the picture of the wedding. But now you're next to the fish, which is in attacks.
Fear starts helping Wolfenite, and in the next few minutes, if you look to Fear his side, there's like chunks carved out.
Fear was hungry. Got a snack on the way.
So,
Like there's chunks of the tail missing.
as you get back, I assume you're all heading back to the inn, right?
Yes.
Probably, yeah.
So as you get back to the inn, you do notice a couple of things. One, you notice that the gnome woman you all saw the day before is sitting down and she is chatting with one of the caravan members. You also notice that there are a few of the dragon cultists in the bar today. As you all enter, they kind of watch you for a minute and then slowly break off eye contact.
As soon as they do, they just see a very miffed dragon turtle going at them from a distance.
So,
Oh, by the way,
Can I just have a quick conversation with Cyril as I'm
yeah,
carrying a fish for Wolfenite?
oh,
I
Serial,
don't want to
by the way.
divide you guys up.
fucking
Uh,
go on.
By the way, Serial, sorry for the over expenditure, but it did have a reason. Thank you for the trust, by the way.
I believe I have enough trust to get what needs to be done.
And just a little insight on what is to come. Tom and Jerry over here, as he nods to the to the skeletons, might have some pets soon.
You just see a big smile and continuing.
And Serial just looks disappointed from not actually getting married.
So as you guys return to the tavern, you can have them cook the fish, Wolfenite.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna ask them if they can cook it and salt it, or if they have whatever method they have.
Yeah, they can cook it. It'll cost you a silver piece to have them do that.
Perfectly fine. By the way, I had a question. What was the full pot by the end of the fishing contest? If anyone else joined,
It was you got 4 gold pieces and 2 silvers.
2 silvers. Okay, let me add.
Wolfenite, my friend,
Okay.
can I keep the bones?
Keep the what?
The bones.
Sure. Hey, cook, can you put the bones aside in a separate pot just by themselves?
Sure.
I don't know either. My party member wants them.
We're having a catfish casserole. It's like how I grew up.
I just want your bones.
Give me a bone.
What is weird about wanting your bones?
I just want to bone you, okay?
Wow.
Oh, God.
We were quoting something and you took it left field.
Yes, I did. You heard me, baby.
Brennan Lee Mulligan is amazing.
One of the best DMs ever. Oh God! Highly recommend Dimension 20 for anyone watching at home because it is
on
fucking
Dropout
hilarious.
TV.
Yes, on Dropout TV. Crown of Candy is my #1 recommendation, followed swiftly by Escape from the Bloodkeep.
But I'ma just say, Fantasy High, not bad either.
Fantasy High I liked.
Anyway, moving on. So, you all sit down to a rather early, late-ish lunch. You sit down to lunch. Let's just put it at lunch. Acrony is nowhere to be seen. The tavern, while it is doing some business, is definitely not as busy as it is in the evening. So you got about half a day left before you all sleep and you all leave in the morning. Is there anything else anyone would like to do during that time?
Yes.
Okay, Thierhay.
I go to the storage in the armory / mobile army carriage.
Mm-hmm.
Take the bones.
Mm-hmm.
Take some of the pieces that I have inside, and I'll cast Animate Ghoul.
Go ahead and click the spell for me. And you do this outside, trying to be away from prying
No,
eyes?
I mean outside, inside the carriage, so the
Okay.
doggy stays inside.
Gotcha.
Oh, hold up. There's a higher level cast. Hold up. Let me see if I want this.
Whoa.
Oh, boy. Whitehill's just getting me back for all my dance macabres.
Hey, you got to run a lich.
I'm not saying I didn't. I'm just saying he's getting me back for all my dance macabres.
Aren't you proud of him?
Not necessarily.
Okay, it does specify medium or small humanoid. Fuck.
Yes. So no
that
animating ghoul.
So that wouldn't count. I still have two
Also-
old people bodies.
Also, I will say this: animate dead does say humanoid body.
Yeah, no, I was keeping those for a greater animate.
No, I was simply saying that the reason I created a separate homebrew spell was because it does specifically say humanoid.
I know.
Well, wait,
The thing is, Brent.
It says choose a pile of bones or a corpse of medium or small humanoid.
Right, but
So to be fair, it's an either or scenario.
Right, but it's a pile of bones or a corpse of a
Okay.
medium or small humanoid.
Yeah, exactly.
But it is specifically a humanoid, so you cannot animate a creature other than
The
humanoid.
No,
thing
you
is-
can raise it from the bones. It just becomes either a.
No,
It's
says
applying
a
the humanoid to both the pile of bones and the corpse.
And the corpse.
Yes.
The
Is
thing
it
is,
really?
Brent.
It doesn't look like it from the reading, but
I mean,
Thing is, Brent.
because it's a either or. Choose a pile of bones first, or a corpse of medium or small humanoid within range. Those are either or scenarios. Those are not and.
There is
humanoid.
a thing though. I still have two old people bodies.
That is true.
Indeed, you do.
I don't believe that to be the case, but DM interpretation can be whatever you want.
I'm gonna do animate go on demand.
There's some fish bones in there, man. It's okay.
And this is animate dead, not ghoul.
That's correct.
No, it's
I'm
animate
referring
goal. It's animate goal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Animate goal is this. And I do not have to reassert control, which is the best part of it.
Yep. Go ahead and click animate dead for me as well. Just because I actually want to see the difference between these two. Thank you. Cool. So, very well. As you raise the ghoul,
The army grows.
yes, you now have two ghouls that you can actually use.
I only animated one.
Oh, you animated one ghoul? Alright.
I only animated. I mean, I'm not. I'm doing the army as we're still traveling with a group. It's increasing progressively, not in bursts. I'm trying to keep it on the down low.
If he has a bag of holding, that's a different story, I think.
I don't, so I'm keeping it on the down low. So it's only one go for now.
No, we just have a carriage with a lot of space until we can get the Ford inside. And I mean, even then, still got some space.
This is true. But
I
anyway,
just need to buy a bunch of steam trunks and just shove a bunch of corpses in them.
all right. So you now have a ghoul. Is there anything anyone else wants to do?
I'm gonna go water my plants in my carriage.
Got it. Go ahead.
Okay.
You might run. You might just walk across the carriage as I'm trying to teach the girl how to sit.
That's fine. I could not care less.
Sit. That's a good ghoul. That's a good ghoul.
Tosses a piece of spider as a treat.
Nice.
That other than that, that's all I'm doing. I'm gonna go to bed back afterwards.
Okay. So, Rattlegas, cereals, Celine, anything you wanted to do?
No, I think I'm mostly good. I am actually going to enjoy this for catfish
Good.
in
It
character
is-
stuff.
It is very delicious.
So it's been deboned, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming that they turned it either into a fish cake, which is my request. Get a fried fishy cake.
Okay.
And then Celine, you see her with her little syrup container and pouring syrup over the top of her fried fish.
Okay.
And just as happy as can be. And Saloon is looking on in disgust.
Agreed.
All right.
That's it. I don't really have a whole lot to do. We have half a day, right?
Yes.
Well, I've got 5 gold. And I'm assuming I've already bought supplies last session. So, yeah, there's really not much for her to do. I guess she'll go around collecting stories again, waiting for nightfall. Oh, and probably investing in some coffee, because that was really handy.
Got it.
And that's probably it.
Alrighty. So, as your the coffee will cost you about 2 silver pieces.
Okay, that's easy enough.
Mhm.
I'll get that taken out.
I share a cup of coffee with Celine.
Nice.
Isn't this stuff great? I see
And I
all
see-
sorts of colors.
And I secretly cover her tab.
Secretly?
Yes. With deft hands.
Just like
I'm
Chihan's
gonna
gold.
say
used
you
in
covered
my-
it, and Celine didn't even think to pay. She
Yeah,
forgot.
that's kind of the way I imagined it. It's my favorite drink, as a matter of fact.
Coffee? Do you like it with syrup in it? I like syrup in it.
No, I like it dark. Nothing added, just the coffee.
But isn't it
Gives you the
better?
most flavor. Life would be so utterly dull without the bitter parts, don't you think?
She thinks for a moment, and you see her grab your hands, very gently, very friendly, and you feel the magic of prestidigitation as she makes the coffee way more bitter than any coffee should be, thinking that she's healthy.
I'm gonna try and drink it and not wince at all.
Drink it and don't say shit, boy.
Exactly. I drink it and smile.
It's just like, but on the inside, you're like,
Should I roll Constitution for that, Brent?
For extremely bitter coffee.
Yeah.
And not
It's like
wincing.
somebody dropped like 20
and not
warheads in
not
it.
wincing. Oh yeah, definitely roll Constitution
And
for
and
that.
lemon squeezed for good measure.
If I did a
that's
save.
a 6.
I'm gonna use my luck.
Try to be brave in front of Celine.
Mm-hmm.
That's an 8.
So you do definitely make a face, Rattlegast. It's not. Yeah, no.
And dare I say, come up and
Celine just smiles. I'm glad I could make it better. You should get
Thank
another cup. I'll do
you.
the same thing to that one too.
Of course. And then I'm actually going to approach the barkeep and ask if I can play a song with my flute for the bar.
he shrugs and nods as there's no one playing as of right now.
And I am going to play a very particular song and sort of flex the interpretation of what it's supposed to do and try and do something else with it. But I think you know what song I mean.
I don't.
Like, Here Comes the Bride?
Look at my character sheet.
Oh,
Is it the Jurassic Park song but with the recorder?
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So, but I'm not intending that purpose because obviously that would be pointless.
Oh, slightly.
The like technical definition of it, but
Yeah.
I'm doing that.
Roll a
So should
performance
I-
check.
Yes. Should I do with the flute
Yes.
or just performance?
No. Roll the flute. You can query dexterity because it is playing, and playing a flute is a dexterous act as someone who played the flute. So, as you play, it is a very fun, jaunty little tune, and you are able to play it pretty damn well. As you play it, you do notice that you get a couple of looks because it's not a song that you imagine many people have heard before, but it's also a very fun little ditty. So, I mean, there's lots of... You think that there's maybe one or two bards here or one or two music lovers who actually, wouldn't mind adding this particular ditty to their repertoire, or at least to enjoy it.
Dun, 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 dun.
But anyway, as you...
Here,
you finish up...
I'm gonna chat you what I'm kind of intending.
Sure.
Jurassic Park recorder still makes me laugh thinking that's what's being played.
Theor in his primal instincts just goes.
I figured.
Yeah.
As you... Oh, stretch, hold on.
Big stretch.
Yeah.
Proud of you.
As you get done playing, there is one person who is smiling at you, kind of from ear to ear, and he stands up, walks over to you, and hands you a gold piece, and then winks, and walks out the door. You can roll an insight check if you would be so kind.
Yes, sir.
With advantage.
Oh.
Okay. So you do get the sense that he was giving you a signal to follow him to where there's less ears to hear you.
I do.
Okay. So Rattlegast is leaving the bar after his performance, and it does get a smattering of applause. No big tips or anything, because he didn't put a hat out, and, he only played the one song. But, it's still a fun little ditty. Rattlegast, as you join this man outside, he hasn't lost his smile yet. And he actually walks around to where the carriages are and, ducks behind one or two, so that way you guys are kind of hidden. And he leans against one. So, what are you doing way out here?
I do as the organization wills.
I see. And what is it you're looking for, my friend?
I'm looking for information. I am curious about someone in town. A man in a red robe.
Ah, yeah, the Red Wizard. Yeah, I know something about the guy. What do you want to know?
I'd like to know of his ties to the cult and if he owns any property here in the city.
Well, he doesn't own any property here in what cult specifically. But as for what I know about him, his name is Azabara Jos. He calls himself a red wizard. Well, rather, we call him that, as we know that's what he is. He is a red wizard of Thay. Go ahead and roll me a history check for you, if you'd please, David.
Skeletons outside the carriage is not reacting to this conversation at all. Because skeletons.
Yep. You've heard the name before, but you have no idea what it's from. Anyway, he's a refugee from his home country. I don't quite know what he's doing out here. And
Has he been in town long?
No, a couple of days at most. Although, rumor has it, he did buy space aboard that caravan that just came in town, and is planning to head out with them. Though, between you and me, I haven't seen him speak 10 words to anyone.
Interesting. Have you seen him doing any comings and goings locally?
He just stays at this particular inn, and he actually gestures to the inn you're staying at. He stays at this inn and has been since he's been in town. He doesn't really go anywhere, doesn't really do anything, kind of stays to himself. He always wears that wool cap with ear and neck flaps, even when he's inside. It's a little peculiar, but nobody really bothers him.
And what have you heard of the Cult of the Dragon? Any new activity in these...
That cult. Rumor has it, and now this is only rumor from one grinning man to another, the rumors is they're heading north with some things. They're moving cargo up north somewhere, though I don't know where exactly. I know it's not to Waterdeep, despite the fact that that would make the most sense, I'd think. But they're moving it somewhere. I also heard that a couple of their leaders were dispatched down by Green Nest. The Blue Dragonkin and one of their priest ladies. I can't remember her name off the top of my head. It's tedious, and she's dead now, so what does it matter? I've heard a group of adventurers did that. Some weird horror from the oceans. Some reptilian lizard folk person, an elf, and some druid of some description.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's slightly interesting news, although I have heard rumors of some kind of cleric having been down there during that time. Apparently this cleric has it in for the cult, too. He might be somebody to look for. He's a very odd cleric, though.
Meanwhile, sit!
I will say this. The Cult of the Dragon does seem to be gathering some coin and some strength, and it's slightly concerning to those who know what to look for. But our organization and a couple others are unable to launch an attack directly against them. No backing,
no whispers of their intentions thus far?
No, other than they worship dragons, and while that's not unusual in these parts, it is concerning. After all, there's a whole temple and priesthood to Bahamut. So worshipping dragons is nothing new, though we don't know what kind of dragons they actually worship, or if they do at all. They've been very hush about that. Only their members seem to know anything, and they don't talk, even when persuaded.
This is good information, brother. I thank you.
Sorry to interrupt, but
that's
have you
all I
told
need for
anyone
now.
about Tiamat?
No.
Oh, okay, no, I haven't. Fuck. Okay, this would have been so much easier.
But anyway, he nods his head and smiles as he holds out a hand.
I put 2 gold in his hand.
He smiles, rubs them together, and then flicks them, catches them, and walks away, grinning. And as he's walking away, he actually whistles a couple lines of the song, and then quickly changes it to another one. as he
And
just goes about his way.
I say after him, never lose your grin, brother. Walk
And
back
you
to the tavern.
yours. And he disappears into the crowd. So, as Rattlegast rejoins you all, you do notice that as he does, the dragon cult members do stand up and leave. One of them giving you all a dirty look as he exits. But they're gone.
Thea, after just coming off a training session with the with Bongo.
Well, we're leaving Daggerford tomorrow, right?
Von Ram appears at the table and nods. Aye, that we are. Leaving on the morrow, with the whole caravan.
Right, and our final destination being Waterdeep.
Aye.
Now, gentlemen, lady.
Tyranny, wifey.
And you said what? Did you say wifey?
Yes.
She pushes the book back over and starts tapping the table.
Gorgeous.
You are a beautiful bride, dear, eh?
So are you.
So you look at that
I
white beater boy.
agree.
Look at our wife beat, and I just pat you on the back like.
No, go ahead. Say something else. It'll be the last thing you ever say.
Whoa. Celine's looking at both of you like,
It's
this
okay,
playful
Rattlegast. Your
bantering,
sister isn't
or-
here for you to show off.
Thea's just looking at you like, bitch, we can kill each other right here. Like, what the fuck?
On Ram just
Von Ram like amping himself up for another bar fight.
hey, he's kind of wants to see some shit pop off.
Right. So anyway, those
Looks back to the door where the dragon cultist just left.
are a common problem for us, right?
They heard a fish woman and killed her. No. I heard they killed somebody back in Green Nest.
I was not there for that. Cyril?
There were quite a few of the cult that were removed while we were there.
I remember
Right.
somebody else though. There was a grave.
Roll a history check with disadvantage, Celine.
Hold on. Taking care of that. Because I know this is one of the things I've keenly forgotten, so. History with disadvantage. History. I forgot I suck at this.
7.
It works perfect.
Yeah, not one.
No. There was a grave somewhere.
At the mention of the grave, Serial just...
But moving on.
Yeah.
Celine, might I borrow a page?
Yeah, they must be bad.
Celine,
Hmm?
do you have any spare paper?
Oh, she flips over in her book and yeah, just towards the end and just pushes the book over to you.
Thank you. And, well, from what I know, these bastards.
You could see Theo was just like restraining himself not to say bitches. Theo just quickly sketches, not very dexterously, the symbol of Tiamat.
Go ahead and roll a dex check for me, though. You would have advantage.
Guidance. Let's go -1. 14.
I need everyone else to roll a religion check.
Wow, didn't expect that. Okay.
And Celine, religion.
Yep. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
No worries.
Taking care
I'm
of it
more
right
of a
now.
Zenist. I don't really believe in much.
I've never understood that as a canonical thing in fucking D&D, is that there's people who actually don't believe in gods when clerics exist.
Well, again, I've talked about this with you.
Yeah.
Because you never see the god, you can believe that it's just like a wizard gaining their own power or a sorcerer.
Yeah.
All that
it-
works
yeah,
very
it's
well.
still just very, very funny to me. But
Well, and
Wolfenite
remember,
and
only if
Celine.
we talk Forgotten Realms.
Yeah, that's true. But anyway, Wolfenite and Celine, the two of you instantly recognize the symbol. Wolfenite, you recognize it more as the symbol of the dragon cult, but you do remember this sigil was in place next to that depiction of a dragon with 5 heads that towered over other dragons and seemed to be the ruler of dragons, at least in that painting you saw back in the Dragon Hatchery.
I didn't
Yeah,
see
I
that.
remember that.
Celine, you,
Mhm.
from the more religious aspect, recognize the symbol of Tiamat when you see it. That it is a small religion, and it is not a popular one, and definitely one that a lot of evil people look at because Tiamat is an evil dragon. That you do know.
Yeah, I have a question in character here. What is like the tenets of the faith? Like, what's the main goal or religious belief?
Get
With
shiny.
like Christianity, you usually have like the 10 Commandments or this or that. You have some tenet or, you know.
Right. Give me 1 second.
I think it's get shiny.
I mean, I know it's probably apocalyptic and yada yada yada, but in character.
So. Um,
And I'd like to roll one more thing, kind of out of character.
Go ahead.
Was regiments by a strict hierarchy of ranks and titles, their clerics were occupied by the task of acquiring an ever-increasing hoard of wealth for the faith and sabotaging the fates of other deities. That's basically it.
Pretty much. Um, what was the thing you wanted to do there?
Basically what I said, get shiny, kill bitches.
That's almost exactly right. But you do. The tenets of the Church of Tiamat are to hoard wealth for her, specifically, as well as to sabotage the faiths of other deities. More specifically, they always take an opportunity to attack those who worship Bahamut.
Yeah.
There is almost a religious war going on between the two, but it is very cloak and dagger on the side of Tiamat because she,
As a smaller
assassinations,
following.
vandalism, and all that are very natural.
Okay. Sorry. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry. I had a thought here.
No. So that's all it says. That's all you know is that they hoard wealth for their faith, and you imagine it's to offer it at some point to the great dragon, and that they attack the other churches. You also know that she is very well worshipped among kobolds, as they are, and many an evil cleric is at her disposal.
Got it. With that information, going to take this moment to maybe do the thing we talked about earlier. Or that I sent you earlier.
Which was...
I'll highlight it again and send it again, just to be clear.
Oh, right.
Yeah. I think this would be the moment, honestly, because of
that would
the subject matter.
That would actually. So, as Celine, rather everyone else, as Celine sees the photo or the drawing, you do see, the image. Rather, you do see Celine's eyes go black, except they gain a twinkling of starlight in them as she looks at this and seems to recall information.
So, in character, okay. You hear Celine's voice, but it's kind of hollow without that childlike wonder. And it just merely says, the cult needs to be eliminated.
Kinda creeped out? Yeah.
She looks up, running the
Tell
hand
me.
amongst it, over the symbol, and you can see bits of fire kind of catching the book on fire for a second, damaging the symbol a little bit.
Oh.
Yeah.
Celine, is that you?
The vessel is no longer here.
Oh!
Then who is here?
I am Celine's patron. And by the stars above, we will slay the dragon cult. Do you understand?
It sounds a lot more ominous when you're saying it. But yes.
Says the death cleric.
I entirely agree.
I'm
but
not
I will
ignoring.
admit,
I am not ignoring the irony in the situation. An animated voice.
of all things, through her body, just unsettling.
She is but a tool. The
Aren't we
dragon
all?
cult is evil, and you know what must be done.
She's more than a tool.
So you say. And there's a mere nod of acknowledgement, but no personality, no care.
Agreeing with the old man for once, but yeah, I do see what you're getting at. But then to a man, yes.
If nothing else, hold on, I have to ask Brent a question. I have to ask a DM question.
Are any of us still sane? The answer is no.
Yes, can we roll
All
for
of the-
sanity points?
They
which we have
would,
before?
so they would know. What they would know is this: that there are 5 great. They would call them great worms that are on this plane that do the cult's bidding. They would know that these 5 are all males, and they would know that they are very dangerous. They would also know that the cult has some way of controlling them.
All right. And that last question particularly.
If Tiamat, they do know that if any of the deities were to be able to pierce the veil at all,
Got it. So
Immortal
all
Gate,
of them are in that boat.
yeah.
Okay, cool. I can roleplay that.
But Tiamat specifically, because she's an evil deity, would be focused on that.
Got it. There are 5 great worms that wish to bring destruction upon the world.
Did I know this?
Yes.
Okay.
You got high enough that, yeah, you learned of the 5 great worms.
And each should be eliminated before this time comes to pass. The cultists are merely expanding upon such a process. And I know by the stars above, and there's a little humorous, mocking smile that's on Celine's face. that you will do this, if only for your own survival.
Lean
For it
back.
is the right thing to do.
Well, it is the task at hand, yes. The worshippers of Tiamat are not inclined to good.
Exactly. So we should eliminate them.
Oh,
Now,
I
perhaps.
am very much in agreement. Disembodied voice.
Yeah, Celine's childish face is just that little bit of a mocking smile. Good. Then we are in agreement, mortal.
Technicalities, but anyway. One of the highest ranking that I know of, that is of the cults, is the black dragonkin that travels with the caravan. Name's Resmir, and she must die.
Then I will have this vessel carry out her death.
Nods towards creepy Celine.
But she will first heed to the questioning that our comrades can impose.
And as Tyr says that, he looks to the most brutal motherfuckers except him, aka the half-orc that stabs everything to death, the giant wood elf, and the fire-happy Genasi.
Wait, what? Why am I included in this group?
You are a walking fire hazard.
That's
He's a
perfectly understood.
druid.
My point remains. He's a walking fire hazard. And she's a black dragonborn, so fire. Not dragonborn, but dragonkin. Fire hurts.
As this, as you're looking over, you see the Celine flip over to the pages of the quote unquote wedding, and with a small wave of her hand, that page fades to nothing.
But Rattleghast was so... Oh, okay.
And she looks at you all. I would prefer you not to corrupt this vessel. She exists purely to carry out this task. And
Brent, I've
nothing
got a
else
question for you.
matters.
Sorry. I'm chatting it to you. Sorry for interrupting, Celine.
No, go ahead.
I will say that as soon as the opportunity presents itself in which we can strike at her, I think we should take it.
Agreed.
Roll me an Arcana check.
Yes.
You have a knowledge of how contracts work in the way that your contracts work. Making a contract with a powerful entity, you've got no clue.
Do I understand the basic concept, or would that be kind of like a foreign idea to me?
You understand that you understand what a warlock is. They are someone who entered into a deal with an entity. Not necessarily a god, but definitely an entity, and have gained something, but they have given something in return. They are borrowing powers, or rather being gifted them for a limited time until a contract is complete, and then both parties have what they want. Once that contract is complete, you don't know what happens, but you're not sure about the specifics of any contracts, nor has any warlock ever volunteered that information.
I put my hand on top of Celine's hand and make eye contact and say, "What is the terms of your contract with Celine?"
I will use the child, and she will be no more.
Wait, that's all?
What
That
did
is
you,
it.
What did she give you? What did you gain?
She will save your world. Such a petty desire, but one she wished for nonetheless.
And she knew of these terms.
Yes, but she may not have understood the extent.
So you're
if I'm-
using her.
She knows of our arrangement. A deal was struck, and all are honoring it.
If I may interject for a quick second, what happens to her when the deal is honored?
And she shall be no more.
Oh, goody.
Radagast, if you like glance at Fear, you can see panic. With no K, just panic with a C.
You just see determination in Rattlegast's eyes. What is your name, if I might ask?
You have seen me before, since the beginning of your birth and onward. I've been above you the whole time. Like Celine says, by the stars above. And with that, you see the stars start to fade from her eyes as she returns, and a friendly, happy smile starts to return. And she gives the usual friendly grin. I think I fell asleep there. Sorry.
That's okay. You're just a little overhyper from all that coffee.
Yeah, coffee makes you sleepy. And she looks really disoriented and just kind of stares at her book and blankly at the page that had been erased from her memory.
Fear just puts a hand gently on Radagast's shoulder. I lean over.
This is some bullshit. This kid deserves better.
Rattlegast looks kind of distant, like he's just sort of in his head. He's like looking away, just kind of like mumbling to himself, having a conversation with himself.
Not
For
gonna
a
miss
moment,
80.
Celine looks at her book and then looks back at all of you. That dragon cult needs to go. They hurt
yes.
so many people, I remember.
Yes,
So
it does.
many
Yes.
people.
I don't like you, Rattlegast. You don't like me. If there's something we can do to at least get this kid free from the pack when it's over, let's work together on that, shall we?
That I can agree to.
And I just like put my hand over yours and like shake it slightly,
Mm-hmm.
and like look back at the table and everyone that's just serious as shit.
Speechless.
So, this was a wonderful conversation, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, the bad guys gotta be. We gotta deal with them because people are dying and something terrible's coming, and I know it's coming. So we're gonna be okay as long as we stop it.
Yeah. And,
That's right.
so a quick suggestion for a plan of action. Just keep an eye on the red motherfucker. He looks
Yeah.
special.
He
He
had
looks
really
special.
awesome robes, but he was dealing with the dragon cult, and that makes him evil.
He'll
And
be accompanying us on our journey.
oh, will he?
Well, not accompanying us, but the dragon
caravan.
cult.
Yeah.
As Peter says, will he? You just kind of see murder written all over his eyes.
Well, and also keep an eye on anyone that might interact closely with the black bitch.
He hate her so much, and I don't know why.
Girl, same.
There's a smile, and it's like when somebody took a pancake from me.
Yeah. That bitch took my intestines. Anyway.
She just smiles and friendly looks back. So what are we going to do?
Anyway, I'm going to scream into a pillow until I fall asleep. Good night.
And Fear storms off.
Well, I was hoping we could just raid them or something. Wait, I don't like hurting people. This is odd.
Like a minute after Fear leaves to the caravan, the 4 skeletons walk up and look at Rattlegast, like with their arms crossed.
So, as you all...
You just hear, you tell them what to do for the rest of the night.
Me?
You get 4 skelly boys.
Go hide,
skelly boys
like
and a ghoul.
skeletons should do.
No, no, I just ordered the
Oh, right,
skeletons. The ghoul is staying.
Right. Alright, so the skeletons go hide, and they take that as go to the caravan carriages and climb in them.
That's appropriate.
That was the last time they hid.
That's what skeletons should do. Not walk out in public.
They're already gone.
Okay, and if they're not walking out in public, you just see one of the last one just catches that and goes tiptoes.
Well, technically he wasn't walking, he was running, so he wasn't walking out in public anyway. They are dead, David. How much brain power do you really think they have?
I am just complaining about bringing skeletons out to a freaking market. That's Rattlegast is just doing his old man griping. That's what he's doing.
Guys.
Uh-huh.
They are disguised.
Disguised right up until one of their masks falls off.
Pretty much. So, as you guys bed down for the evening, is there any final piece of thing that you want to do? Celine, you are sleeping this night.
I will go to sleep, but with one last thing. She's going to be waiting by the window and talking to the stars like they're her best friend the entire night. Until she
So,
falls asleep.
Rattlegast and Jay... Oh, wait, Eric's not here. But Rattlegast, you do hear this conversation as you fall off to sleep, and Celine, you do fall asleep at the window.
Thank you so much for looking out for all of us. All thousands of you, and I know you want us all to be safe. Thank you.
Oh, God.
Dear Hey, Serial, Wolfenite, you 3 doing anything?
Reassert control over Skellies.
Done.
And raise another puppy.
What?
Ghoul.
What?
The ghouls are the puppies.
God. Yeah, okay, got it.
And I'm keeping them as attack dogs inside the carriage.
Okay.
They're the personal guard.
Literally, someone tries to heist the carriage, they're gonna see 4 battle-ready skeletons and 2 ghouls just be like that.
It's gonna be Jason the Argonauts all the way in there.
Oh, God.
You have some tight-ass security in your carriage, Serial.
Yeah, and soon enough I just need to get the forge and I can add it in.
Right. Anyway. Wolfenite?
I'm just going to go to bed.
Got it.
Yeah, just gonna go to bed.
Alright, cool.
Good night, Wolf.
I'll be affixing the poison short sword to my belt so I can use it in combat if necessary. And managing my weapons.
Cool. As you all eventually drift off to sleep, the next day, the caravan gets up bright and early, and Acrony is quick to get in his specific wagon and basically let you all do the grunt work because he's just the employer. Celine, what's your passive perception?
Not very good, but let me check. Oh, actually, it is pretty good. 15.
You hear him griping about the cost of tables, chairs, and pancakes.
Celine, as he's griping, kind of walks over, and she has some side pancakes on her plate. Equity?
Ah, yes. How can I help you there, babe?
Thank you so much for buying these. They're sweet, and you're sweet for buying them. Thank you.
Nom's
He
pancakes.
rubs your face, which again it now feels oily as he pulls his hand away, and he just nods. Oh well, yes, keeping me safe and keeping those two alive. So Anyway, let's get going.
I'll make sure you don't get hurt. And she like pokes him on the nose with like a friendly smile, and then she takes another bite of pancake and goes, "Where's where we're going?" And then just kind of walks off with him.
As you all set out, you notice two things. One, the man in red is with the dragon cultists and is getting a ride. You also notice a gnome has now joined your party, and it is the gnome that you have been seeing for the last couple days. And she has joined up with the caravan.
Can I offer the gnome pancakes?
She is working for Oyen.
Oh,
The bird keeper?
Yes. You
Snap.
can offer her pancakes.
Yeah, I'm gonna make friends.
Okay.
So, Celine coming up with her usual childish, "Want one?"
And she looks up at you. Sure. And she takes one. So, where are you lot from?
We came from Greenness. We made some friends there.
Oh,
It
I
was sad
see.
friends, but good friends.
Oh, interesting. So, how many of you in this particular party you got?
Well, I mean, there's me, there's Rattlegas, there's Cereal, there's Wolfenite. I like Wolfenite, even though he doesn't understand jokes. And I like Jay the Bird Brain, and I like so she just goes on. And then when she gets to Tire, she goes, and he's a turtle, but he's not nearly as unhappy as he looks.
Interesting. Very, very interesting. So, what brings you all the way along on this caravan voyage?
Making friends. She says, and the smile is like doubled. And then for a brief moment, you see the stars kind of, that she would see the stars kind of come in her eyes. Except for those. And points at the wagon, where the dragon cult has been kind of doing their own security thing.
Yeah.
They are suspicious, little one. As I no doubt suspect you know.
Well, it's not for me to judge anybody, but good to meet you, Celine, right?
Yeah, I'm Celine. Back to normal, like in a flash.
Very
And you
good.
are...
Oh, just call me, she thinks a minute. Just call me Gleam.
Gleam?
Yeah.
Well, that's a pretty name. It's like Shine, except, a little bit more classy. I'm going to do something for you. And she instantly gets out her book and draws a sketch of Gleam, but it's Gleam eating a pancake, but in the most heroic pose you can possibly think of.
Okay.
By the way,
Celine.
total head count under acronym, there's 16 of us counting
Well, she
the
doesn't count
employees.
Acrony. She's
I know,
counting our main
no.
heroes.
But counting everyone, there's 16, counting employees and undead.
Yep. Well, she's not even thinking about the undead because I rolled poorly.
Yep. But anyway, so.
Oh no, this was Whitehill counting.
Celine.
Yep.
Do you show her this?
Oh, the book? Absolutely. Should I do a painter's check?
Please.
She stabs it, and you die.
What dexterity?
Yeah, dex. I'm going to
Well,
roll...
I'm going to say I have fortune going, so... Because it's still going from yesterday at this rate.
Uh-huh. So, as you show it to her, it is a perfect likeness. And she reaches out for it, and she brushes a thumb over the face.
Mm-hmm.
And she smiles. Oh, it's very pretty. Very, very pretty.
Well, you're very pretty.
Oh, thank you. We'll get to talking on the road. We got to... Whoa.
That was Mason.
We lost Meowson.
No.
Mason.
We'll talk on the road more, dearie, I'm sure. And she just gently pats your hand and walks off.
Good. Pleasure to meet you, Miss Clean.
Pleasure to meet you too, dearie.
If you don't like those dragons...
Just kill him.
And that's all she says, is she just closes the book.
Roll a insight check, please.
Insight?
Yes. You notice that she took a genuine interest in you, but she was also taking an interest in your party and the part of the caravan you were in. You also get the feeling that she was committing everything you said to memory.
Which is good.
And then she just kind of walks off.
Because by the stars above, some bitch is gonna die.
The caravan is now underway, and you all begin to finish your weary travels to Waterdeep. Though, thankfully, you are almost at the end of your long journey. As you all go about riding in the caravan, it has been... there's not anything particularly interesting that happens during this time. Your journeys are pretty simple, but you also notice that this is a route directly between Waterdeep and another city, so you have a feeling that it's probably far more patrolled than other locations.
Okay.
Along your route. So, I want everyone to just roll a general perception check, please.
Perception coming up. I'm
I'm
gonna re-roll that because yeah, I can. There we go.
So as you all go about and enjoy your nice ride, Cereal, you do notice that there is far more conversation going on between the man in red and the dragon cultists than before. You also notice that throughout the day, as you're stopping and as you're having some just larks, you do notice that the caravan did get significantly smaller. A bunch of people got off in Daggerford. But you, the dragon cultists, and then one or two others are still fairly big and make up a large number. But most of the actual tradesmen are going to Waterdeep. So most of them are still there. Most of the families got off at Daggerford. There's one or two left. I want everyone now to make everyone except Celine to make an insight check.
Okay.
As you've now been traveling for a day.
I am not very insightful.
Yep.
I'm supposed
But
to be.
you should be able to re-roll that.
I think I've already used 3.
Already used 3?
I think so.
I know of at least 2.
Yeah, I thought you still had a third one because you didn't re-roll that Arcana check.
Oh, I only used 1. That is true also.
Yep, that's the reason I took it. 90% of the ability is reminding people they have it.
Yeah.
Seriously, I would be the most useless support if I didn't.
I'll take it.
From a 4 to a 6.
All right, restroom.
Yep. So, Serial, Wolfenite, did you roll insight check?
Oh, I did not. 1 sec. Sorry.
God
I
damn
got
it,
confused
Wolfenite.
because I'm sorry, I saw something on my character sheet that confused me. Why do I have Draconic Smite? Did I get that?
Yeah.
Where did I get that?
It's a spell you have access to, I imagine.
That's the thing. I don't see it at all.
So
Draconic Smite.
Cereal
Yeah.
and Rattlegast. You notice that you have been joined by a gnome. You notice that this gnome, who has recently joined the caravan, shows a great interest in the human who joined the caravan at the same time, and who is joining the dragon cultists. You know they aren't together, but during the stops you've made throughout the day, you have noticed that she often sidles up very close to the group in order to probably eavesdrop. And she is definitely hovering near the cult wagons whenever there's an opportunity to do so.
She still has pictures of EJ.
You also notice that this gnome has actually, talked a lot to Acrony, has been commenting to you guys on the weather on occasion, and she leaves an impression that she's taking in the details about the people and her surroundings. However, you also know, or rather, you have the impression that she is watching you two as well.
Oh.
And
Yeah,
she
fair.
knows you're watching her.
Well, I mean, I'm not. I couldn't care.
Welcome back. Fear. You notice that she is talking to you guys whenever she can, mostly just innocuous things. Her and Celine kind of have brief snippets of conversation, just mostly about the weather and about stars. You do
And weather
also,
star.
yeah, you do also notice that she is like really talking to Acrony and seems to be enjoying talking to him.
Okay, now I know that's bullshit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, there's something definitely up with the bitch.
And Wolfenite, you just noticed that she is really interested in the men in red, and she is hanging out by the cultists, trying to hear what they can say, and sneaking over to their wagons whenever they're not being guarded so closely.
Oh, sounds like a fun person, but I'm just gonna continue watering my plants.
Can I pull up to the gnome?
Yeah, you can approach her.
Hello there.
Ah, hello, Fear, right?
Yes, and you are clean?
Yes, Gleam is my name.
All right. I got a question. I hope it's not too personal.
Mm-hmm.
And Theron goes from that casual tone to a more serious, like,
All right, Gleam. I'm gonna ask you one question. What do you want from us? Because there's one part where you fucked up. No one enjoys talking to Akron.
I don't know what you're talking about, honestly. But I find him to be rather, well, boorish, sure, but he is at least a fun conversationalist.
insight check.
Roll it.
Am I overhearing this conversation?
No.
Okay.
25.
She seems, while she's maybe being a little tongue-in-cheek about how much interest she has in Acrony, you do know that she does genuinely mean that he is boorish, and that while that may be true, he is interesting to listen to. You imagine she genuinely believes that or feels that.
I'm sorry, I'm not quick to trust anybody. I'm just making sure you're not here to spy on us and hurt my companions. Sorry for being careful.
And he gives you a smile.
She pats you on the shoulder. I would never, ever fault anyone for being careful, especially with those around. And she kind of glances to the cultists.
Oh, I don't blame you.
And I just my robe in the stab bits.
Mm-hmm.
You got business with them?
Well, I've got business with lots of people, but my business is my own. No offense, though, Fear. We're still developing a friendship.
That is fair. I'm A word of warning. If spells start flying, and arrows and swords start falling, keep your head down. And if it's directed at them, and you don't particularly like them, throw one or two yourself. Helps us a lot.
And he walks away.
She nods and smiles. As you guys travel for the next couple of days or so, you guys are you guys, about 2 days go by. Nothing eventful, nothing crazy, just traveling.
As usual, keeping an eye on dragon fuckers.
Yeah. They're not doing anything super crazy. But about 2 days go by, and as you all are sitting there eating some gruel in the morning, getting ready for the next day,
We should find a way to fry this into a pancake-like item.
Gleam walks over to your group, and you've all seen her. You all kind of know who she is, and she has talked to you all a bit, mostly about weather and just innocuous questions about, oh, how long have you been with the caravan? Where, do you like Waterdeep? Has it been safe travels? Just general boring nonsense. But she approaches you as you're sitting down to your morning meal, and she glances around, puts a finger to her lips, and then she walks over to your bowl, Celine. And she pulls out a dagger. And as she pokes it into your oatmeal, she pulls it out and shows you an oatmeal-smeared object that looks like a bead. A tiny little bead. She then glances over her shoulder to where the cultists are sitting and eating their breakfast, and she whispers to you all, "It's a sliver of bone. It's curled into a little circle so you can swallow it without noticing. Once eaten, it'll uncurl inside you and expose these needles that'll pierce your guts and kill you slowly. I suspect it's in all of your breakfasts. Let's talk later." And she leaves, taking the little bead with her.
Celine just looks at her breakfast, super disappointed.
Thea just pours his oatmeal out.
See, I told you we should have had pancakes.
I'm just gonna hand my bowl to Fear and say, I think you'd like this. I'm just gonna go grab some catfish.
Motherfuck!
I mean, it's made of bone, she said.
Radagast.
So you'll like it.
Mm-hmm.
Are you looking through your oatmeal?
Yes.
All right, roll me an investigation check, please. Anyone else who wants to actually look through their oatmeal can actually roll this check as well. I know Fear you dumped yours out, so.
Also dumped Wolfenites because he handed me it.
Fair enough. So Cereal and Celine, if you wanted to.
Mine was already checked, right?
Yeah, but you don't know if there's more in there.
I'm not gonna eat anymore, so yeah.
I mean, fair enough. Cereal.
She just casually brushes it off the table, and it's the first time you've ever seen Celine actually just casually brush something aside, like food or whatever, and she's like, "God damn it, I hate."
Just eat bacon. They can't put that in bacon.
Bacon
I'm just gonna casually push it away from me.
But it's so fatty. I say this as somebody who eats bacon frequently.
Radagast, the one thing you do notice as you're doing this is the cultists do keep looking at you guys, but do seem to be trying to hide their interest in you guys.
I don't find anything.
I'm guessing they just expected us to be dead already.
Yep. Thea is very tempted to start an all-out war right now, but
Actually,
Not gonna do it.
So would I be able to see here feeling that like wanting to wage war?
Oh, Thea is mad. Thea is mad. You
Yeah,
can see
it's
that. He's
obvious.
Yeah,
mad.
Okay, cool.
that's not a hard one to figure.
There's a
Like,
flash of the stars in Celine's
you
eyes.
you can almost hear the sicken.
There's a flash of the stars in the eyes and just a mere nod of approval from Kirei. But then a glance over at that Glean, who I'm sure is left.
Are we still moving, or we haven't moved out of camp yet, right?
You're just having breakfast right now. You're getting ready to move out here in a little bit.
Oh, good. They're not specifically with our caravan. They're just tailing with us, right?
Gleam? Yeah, no,
Um,
she just kind of attached herself to the caravan. She works specifically for Oyen.
no. I meant the
cultists?
dragon cult.
The cultists are part of this caravan, but they have always distanced themselves from everybody.
Okay, so like if they, their wagon couldn't move, no one would really care too much, right?
Yes, but you do know that they have a lot more people than you do, and a lot more eyes on their wagons.
I mean, I do this from a range, and it's natural.
I mean,
Yeah,
theoretically.
It's nothing like a forest fire can't resolve.
No, God, no, it's not that. I save that for special occasions. No. I was going to do this as deftly as I can. How close is our wagon to their wagon?
About 30-ish feet.
Oh wow, that's overkill. Okay.
Can I see if Wolfenite's plotting arson?
Sure.
I'm planning these. I'm gonna waste a level 3 spell with plant growth right on top, right around their carriage, when slowly growing it up when they're not looking.
So I want you to roll me a stealth check for that.
Okay.
Can I just body block him with my skeleton?
No, because he does kind of have to see where he's putting
19.
it.
Okay,
Huh?
19. No, that's not bad.
Okay.
And the second thing, the thing that I needed the overgrowth to hide.
The spike growth?
No, thorn cage.
Wolfenite, do I need to start racing things?
No, absolutely not.
Go ahead and click thorn cage for me.
Yo,
All right.
it was supposed to speak it. Here, I'm gonna click the speak thing.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm just doing this in a flavor text, not at a specific person. I'm trying to target just the wheels and make it look like some bramble has grown in there.
I'm gonna roll something for them.
I already have a wonderful excuse planned out, because this actually does have a thing that I can do for a perfectly logical reason that druids would do. I'm enriching the environment. This
So-
place
That is
seems like
correct.
a little pick-me-up, so that's why I decided
is
to do plant
correct.
growth.
I'm down for
Not my
that.
fault some bramble seeds were underneath their carriage.
It's not like 100-foot radius.
100-foot radius of plants.
I mean, that could catch a couple carriages.
So
All the carriages are gonna get stuck. Are gonna be really slow moving.
so
but the
here's
animals will
the
be
order.
happy.
So here's the order of operations.
Mhm.
As you go to cast your first spell, it does succeed that the plants overgrow and become pretty rough. It's slow enough throughout the rest of your prep time that nobody really notices until it's time to leave, and then even your wagon is hampered by it.
I'm fine with that.
However, as you go to cast the thorn cage, you cast it, and you feel that the spell went off, but then a very strange thing happened.
Okay.
Yours, and I need you to roll a perception check for this.
Okay.
Your spell fizzles out.
21.
So-
21.
As you cast the thorn cage, and you're aiming for one of the wheels of one of the wagons, you notice that the red wizard is standing next to this particular wagon, and he kind of glances down and waves a hand, and the spell breaks and just fizzles out entirely.
Motherfucker dispels my magic.
He doesn't look at you and doesn't seem to take really any notice or even try to look around, but you did manage to just see him wave a hand and your spell stops entirely.
That annoys me.
Oh, it
Oh,
does.
the Dragon Coal has a couple wagons, though, don't they?
They do, but you can only target one thing at a time with Thorn Cage.
Oh, that's
It
fine.
says
I'll
a
just go
target of your choice.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go to a different wagon to a different wheel that he's not at currently.
Roll me
Just
roll me a wisdom check.
Wisdom? Okay.
Yep.
Farther than 60 feet away from.
21 again. I'm having good rolls today.
Yeah, you're on fire.
You
am
do
not-
know that if he suspects that he is fighting a caster, he will be able to dispel any attempt you make to do this.
Okay.
Because now he is alerted to the fact that there is magic going, because his spell worked. If it was natural, it wouldn't have worked, but because it stopped, you know now he is alerted that there is another spellcaster around, and he will be able to thwart any attempt if he is using a spell like counterspell against your, or even dispel magic. If he's using either of those spells, then he will be able to thwart your attempts.
Okay.
And consistently. You also don't know what kind of spellcaster he is, so you don't know how long he can do this.
Okay, fair enough.
But as you all set up, it's a little harder to get going because now the foliage has overgrown the road by a considerable amount.
I do not apologize. Damn it! I remember what I was supposed to buy. Oh well.
What? You had 2 days.
I was gonna buy incense or charcoal so that way I can do Find Familiar.
How much is the components worth again?
10
gold?
PP worth of charcoal,
Yeah.
incense, and herbs.
Yeah, you can
And
buy
then-
like two batches if you
What
want.
I'm more interested in, how'd you get Find Familiar?
It was it was in the list of spells that it gave for me, but I'm still confused why I have it.
Yeah, that doesn't sound right for a druid.
Wait, I remember the issue we had, and I didn't fix it. I forgot about that. Remember when we added the spell lists, and the spell list for Roll20's wonky?
Yeah.
Broken. That's what happened. I forgot to weed out which ones don't exist
Yeah.
for druid,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
are listed as druid.
Yeah.
Oh,
Roll
yeah.
20 be wonky.
Yeah, it says
Yeah.
like it says class druid. It
But it's not good.
extension for dragons. Find familiar.
Yeah, no.
It should be druid, don't get me wrong. I feel
Find
like druids
familiar.
should have
Should.
access to it, but
It says it's druid. Actually, let me double check. Is this actually correct?
Find familiar being druid.
Yeah.
no.
I'm
On the main D&D website, it's just wizard because you have to be a weird
Yeah.
subclass, and I actually took it as one of my class features, like
Yeah.
one of my leveling features.
Yeah, no,
only
it
wizards.
is only
That's weird.
wizards.
Okay,
And-
so why
and
is
some
this here?
and some classes of warlock, but again, very
Yeah.
specific.
No, I took it as my like feat to get
Yeah.
the wizard spell. Find familiar.
Yep.
I'm gonna delete this. I don't know why this is in here then.
But the thing is, it's overgrown. Yeah, fuck it. They're all three inconvenienced by it. So petty win.
Petty
Oh, yeah.
win indeed.
Yeah, I love petty win.
So as you guys head out, the day is pretty normal. As it gets to night, though, Gleam.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No worries. I'm gonna cut out a music and play another bit of music.
Oh yeah, she did say we'll talk later.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So as you guys, it's the evening. It's getting late in the evening, and most of the other travelers have bedded down. Gleam has appeared at some point. And she clears her throat as she has kind of appeared in your midst. Rattlegast, roll me a perception check. And anyone who has a passive perception higher than 16, press F in the chat. In the Roll20 chat.
Higher than or equal to?
Equal to will work. Alright, so you all heard her coming. Rattlegast, you saw her route. But only just. Because it's the same route you would have taken. You notice that she has positioned herself so she is not visible from the cultist wagons. But it also doesn't look weird when you all kind of glance at her, because it all looks like you're kind of talking to each other. She has chosen her spot well. So she clears her throat and nods her head. I need to properly introduce myself. I am Jamna Gleam Silver. It is a pleasure to meet you. Now, before we continue, we don't work for the same people, but we're all on the same side. I believe we all share a belief that the cult of the dragon has to be stopped.
Completely fucking eradicated opinion, but yes.
I'm not. Yes, we should kill them all.
And she
That is
nods.
very unsettling.
And she nods her head. So, here's something I need to know, though. I need to know what they're carrying in those wagons and where they're taking it. Can you help me find out?
Well, carrying various valuables. They did have a spill a couple days ago.
A spill? Of what?
The carriage hit a rock. The goods fell out of the carriage. Various valuables from what we could see.
Some of them from Green Nest.
Celine
says, looking at Gleam. They are nothing but thieves.
Yes, that is correct. And it did end up in the fortunate demise of an elderly couple and an assassination attempt.
I see. And do you know where they're taking it?
That we don't know.
That is kind of the reason why I'm here. We're here most of the part following them.
Somewhere past Waterdeep, we know.
Yeah.
Oh,
being
really?
inconspicuous by following
They're
the
not
caravan.
going to Waterdeep, but beyond it?
Beyond.
Interesting. I see. And what do you know of their numbers? Is there anyone specific there who's of some authority?
Resmir.
Ah. Very good. Anyone else?
That red wizard fucks has some kind of pull. I don't know why the fuck is he.
He wasn't with them until Daggerford, and then he joined their numbers with an exchange of coin.
And do you know who he is?
The wizard.
Is that all you know of him?
I can't remember what his name was.
Asbara Joss.
We know his name is Asbara Joss. And we know that he only made it into Daggerford a few days before the caravan left.
And she nods. Well, he is a red wizard of Thay.
Ah, fuck.
Yeah, you knew that, Rattlegast.
Yeah.
What's the deal with this? What does that mean?
So, well, the little history I know about Thayans, well, the red... Let's put it this way. Most of them have shaved heads, tattooed heads. Only a small number of them are red wizards. So all Thayans kind of look like that. Countless numbers of them fled their country when the Lich Sizas Tom seized control. They're not strange sights here on the Sword Coast, but it is kind of weird that one's chumming it up with the dragon cultists, don't you think?
Well, he seems to have enough. He does seem to have enough pull to not have cultists fuck with him or get it on his bedside.
But his robes are beautiful. But he has a terrible taste in friends.
Agreed.
In my opinion, he dies with them.
I wouldn't necessarily disagree with that. So, I think that perhaps we just keep an eye on them for now, and when we get to Waterdeep, we'll see where they go, huh?
So we were originally planning.
Agreed.
Wonderful, wonderful.
But can I make a request to all? The black bitch's body is mine.
Oh, of course. I won't get in the way of that. Not at all. Very well.
I accept the flesh burned off the bones.
As I look to Wolf.
Personal vendettas seem so petty right now, when the fate of the world and one vessel is at stake.
Oh no, I mean, killing all of them is my primary goal. The revenge comes in as a bonus.
Revenge, if it destabilizes the whole network, is useful, though. And Rezmir is one of their leaders.
Exactly why I still allow it.
Interesting companions, all of you. I will bid you all farewell before they start to get suspicious. And she disappears.
Farewell and adieu to you, gnomish ladies.
Farewell and adieu to you, ladies.
I got that.
Yes, we all got that. And I think that is a perfect place to call it to a quits. So, our party has now met the elusive gnome that has been plaguing the evildoers.
And just now I've realized Rattlegast's background. Fucking Grinna. Right, okay.
You don't know shit.
I don't know.
There's a
Beard
lot
doesn't know
of reasons why
Beard
and
doesn't know shit. Wahil knows a lot.
But anyway, guys and gals, our party is now out of Daggerford and only a couple short days away from Waterdeep itself and the mysteries that they're in. I want to thank you all for watching, and I want to thank my fantastic cast of characters for playing.
Before you send us off, guys, when we get to Waterdeep, let's fuck with Xanathar. Fuck the Cult of the Dragon. Let's fuck with that beholder.
Yeah, let's go pick a fight with an ancient beholder who's sentient and has obsessions with goldfishes. Yeah, let's do that.
Let's go meet a giant statue.
Yeah.
Anyway, so guys and gals, thank you so much for watching. Just a couple of quick reminders. We are still happily supporting the Bearded Bard and his Etsy shop, Tri-Peak Goods, and all the fantastic things that are there. I highly recommend going. They are quality merchandise. They're quality woodworking, quality leatherworking materials, as you can see from my page, and for not unreasonable prices. I will also remind everyone that I am making my first real foray into professional DMing, and I am looking for players. Friday, 4 a.m. to 7 a.m. games Pacific Standard Time. I accept people from all over the world, so if it is a time slot that works for you, then so be it. I am also adding a 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. game, and on Fridays as well. I am also going to add a 7 to 10 a.m. game on Tuesdays. But with all that being said, I want to thank you all for watching, and I want to remind everyone that we are heading into summer and into spring. Well, spring is mostly over. we're headed into summer. Not too much longer before summertime gets here, and I want to make sure that everybody, takes reasonable precautions, but still goes out and celebrates the summer festivals and holidays and experiences just like normal. But thank you all so much for watching, and I will depart us with our fantastic cast of characters. Thank you all so much for playing, and unfortunately, Mr. Eric had to bow out a little early, but that is quite all right. Eric is very good as Jay, our Way of Mercy monk. We then have, to my immediate left, my brother David playing Rattlegast, our orc sneaky boy.
There are always loopholes when it comes to legality.
To my far left is Mr. Mason, just spawning in, as Serial, the Wood Elf Rune Knight.
Is it really murder if the cult deserves it?
Ethics
That's
question.
Yes, it is.
That's just comeuppance at that point.
Ethics aside, but directly below Mason we have Mr. Matt, our Earth Genasi Wildfire Druid Wolfenite.
I really do think I look good in a nice rock gray and orange lace.
But how about
Thanks,
that white
Celine.
beater dress, though?
Fucking
Just say yes to the
Christ
dress.
with you people.
I gotta go to France to show this off.
Directly next to Matt on the right, we have Mr. Whitehill playing Thierry, our Tortle Death Domain cleric.
It has been a pleasure. I missed you fuckers so much. My God.
It has,
Why have I fallen into a Portuguese generic accent? Fuck! Okay.
because you're Portuguese.
Yeah, but I don't do that, do I?
From time to time.
Oh, fuck.
Most of the time.
Anyway. But anyway, I had so much fun. No!
I'm glad. And last but certainly not least, right underneath me is the ever lovely Callie Cat playing Celine the Stargazer, our Warlock Cleric hybrid.
To save the world, who cares what you must sacrifice? As long as the people you love and the people around you are safe.
Exactly.
This rogue and this cleric will find a way to fucking bust you out of that contract. You watch.
Oh, you don't even know the details.
It's certainly going to be interesting to see them try at the very least. But
I will fight God.
We still have a very long way to go through this adventure.
Oh, yeah.
For those of you who actually have run this module all the way through to the end, holy fuck!
Well, all I know is I'm looking forward to the wedding in Waterdeep.
Yeah.
The wedding's gonna be awesome. We were dying. We couldn't even breathe. I couldn't breathe at least.
It was hilarious. It was hilariously just disturbing, and that poor lady.
Guys,
at least we'll have an undead fish by then.
I have 4 words for you. When it happens, commit to the bit.
Got it. Okay. Who wants to go lace shopping and wife beater shopping?
Fucking.
We also got to find a nice.
We're not doing this.
Oh yeah, we are. What are you talking about?
Anyway, guys, this has been my fantastic cast of absolute fuck ups. I'm kidding, but I want to again thank my fantastic cast of characters for being here. I want to thank you, amazing viewers, for watching us and making us part of your weekly rituals. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time on Tyranny of Dragons, goodbye.
Elves and kangaroos.